Don't let a little money get you down. And a night and his wife, they had a plan to keep back some money from the land. But what they didn't know, they could lie to the Holy Ghost, and they let a little money get them down. And I'm begging you, don't let a little money get you down. Don't let it get you down. Don't wait let you down. Please don't turn around. Don't let a little money get you down.
We're about to take it back.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Tony and Lee on the radio. Dr. Joe's therapy on the radio. The love got me going live on the radio. Two mics and a mind on the radio. Radio, turned up 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 on the radio. Two nights and a time. Two nights and a time. Two nights and a time. Two nights and a mind.
Yeah.
What's cooking, people? What you got in the oven? Hello, wonderful people. Sorry for the delay. Tuda had his head up. She just getting home. Yeah.
Oh man.
Listen,
It's good to see y'all. I'm doing good. I'm feeling good. I'm looking good. What more can I say?
You let them people know that you got a job here too. You got to do.
Hey, I got a job here too. That's right. You tell them that, Tula.
Yeah. No, it wasn't my fault. Love doctor, go ahead now.
Hey, you went and played me and Dr. We were on time.
No, I was like, where's the thing? Where's the link?
Shalom.
He had it for John.
Oh, I see John Donato. What's up, John? John D in the building. What it do? Everybody in Chi-Town. What up, though?
Loch Ness.
Yeah.
Everybody, Chelsea, Andrew, appreciate it. I seen woman Bishop. I see my Bishop. Hadil, we ain't seen you in a while. Hadil, you been hiding. Darren today seen him in a while. He been on the beat. Good to see you. Good to see y'all. Good to see you. Sarah Pratt, Pregnation. And then, of course, we're always here. We appreciate y'all guys waiting on us coming in. We are here. You know, we hadn't discussed in a while, and which is a true and a major problem people don't discuss, which is mental illness. Maybe we can say something about it. It is a real problem. I think what a lot of things that cause it is not only just abuse with family, rearing, growing up. It's just things that people encounter in life, other traumas and situations, the economy, rent being as high as it is today. I think here, even in Rockdale County, I had somebody sent me a picture today. They had a home for rent in Stockbridge. That's okay. I'll send it out. Let people know. 3-bedroom, 2-bath. They want $2,400 a month. Yes, I mean, it's really not obtainable for rent for people. And I told them, I said, listen, you can put it out there. And actually, I sit at home. Well, and the person told me, they said, well, really, they're only making $100. Like $150 all they'll be making property. Like, yeah. They're like, because one day it'll be paid off, I'll own it. So then I'm thinking $150 ain't no money.
Right.
Not taking off no rent. No, you get one major blow that'll blow you out. You've been a mess. But to each his own. And with that, I just look at with like what's going on with California right now with the fires. Of course, we don't talk enough about it. But eventually they're going to fade them. They're already fading them off the news. They're not showing them as much because how America works, we have short attention span. We see a tragedy. Oh my goodness. Oh, people say, oh my God, whatever it might be. And with that, you had a horrific. You want to know more. You want to. Then you look at it's a drag. It's not a drag. It's people's lives. It's really people being impacted. That's people. I mean, while you can flip a channel and watch a movie or watch a video or go on YouTube, play a game. These are real people that are affected. They have lost everything. That they'll never recover that. Not to mention the federal government has to step in. People don't realize the magnitude. Like people say, oh, insurance will rip off. Let me say this, and I said a lot in my past. A lot of times you say things without really looking at the magnitude of things. Like when you're the person that feel like, oh, it's a cost to me, people not actually being practical with looking at when you get insurance is somewhat of a supplement. Insurance is really not designed to make you completely whole. You know, that's a salvational issue, come from the Savior. Insurance is actually sent to kind of supplement, you know, your deficit to kind of get you back going. When you look at insurance plays the game of this. When you pay your insurance premium, insurance take your insurance, they take your premium and they invest your premium in the market. That's how they able to make money. If you look at, I think I got a policy for $150. I might have bought it. You pay what $90-something a month for that policy. I do $190. I'm just saying. Let me see. You do. I think I paid 90. I just tell them. Let me see. 90. Let me see this. So I do 98 times 360. Okay. So if I pay that premium for 30 years at $98, I would have paid $35,280. That's for 30 years. Mm-hmm. Now my insurance is going to give me $148,000, $150,000. You know, whatever the difference is. So, but I paid $35,000. Now you said it's a ripoff. If I die within 30 years, it's only $35,280. My insurance company is going to pay me $150,000. Now, my insurance company invested the money because don't forget, they had to pay the person that paid the premium. They also had to continue to operate. So what do? They take all these monies and they invest them in the market. So when they make a claim or pay a claim, they take the money out of the market to pay the claim. If an insurance company pay all those claims in California, whatever the company, these going to be several companies, you'll crash the market. So the federal government will come in, they'll print monies. Those money printed will come in and supplement to make up because you can't afford for insurance company to say, force my hand to pay every one of these premiums, right? You're going to crash the market and you'll crash the economy. You'll crash you'll crash everything. I know people, when we're hurting, we're looking at, you know, I just know what I got to have. So we have to kind of, and what happens, especially with people of color, a lot of things we haven't been privy to, you know, to like really understand things. We just know, I gave you my money, we know you owe me this, but we don't understand. Just like a bank, you know, they'll tell you this, you know, man, a bank is a ripoff. If you go to bank right now, if all us went right now, take our money out, the bank ain't got it. Let's be practical. And we put, if all four of us have $1 or $100, and that's the money that's in the bank, and we go back and we take our money out, now the bank is broke. What's the problem? Why the bank doesn't have the money? The bank took our $400. The bank invested what it gave loans. Loans for homes, loans for cars, loans for businesses, personal loans, back in credit card. That's how they make a profit, and you still have your money. So a lot of times when people tell us stuff and people send the scare out, they crash people because you live with people who really don't know about business or know how business operate. A bank couldn't make money if they just took our money and kept it in the safe. How could they make a profit? They took our $400, put it in the safe, and just keep it for us. So how are they going to get the money for security, for computers, for phones, for tellers, for all of the different things a bank has to do? So the bank has to loan the money out at interest rates. So what they'll do is give us a small percentage of something. That's crazy. It's my money. I'm keeping your money for you and making your money accessible when you need it. When you want a Zelle, when you want a bill pay, all these things you want to do. This is a service I'm giving you to kind of look at. You're giving your money. Let me offer you a service, but I have to use your money in order for me to operate. Otherwise, there's no bank. See, a lot of times I learned people used to say a lot of things years ago. You take it, you like, you know what, man, you're right. Everybody rip off. Everybody rip off. That's because you deal with ignorant people that are broke. Ignorant people that are broke will say the dumbest stuff. They just do. And that's why I really don't surround myself with people like that. When I feel like a person talking nuts, I don't even entertain that stuff. I keep moving because I know you don't really know. And it's not to call you dumb and ignorant. It's just a lot of time we get our sources from people who really don't know business.
That's
A lot
true.
of things people don't understand. And a lot of things they ain't understand. And still things I don't understand. But when you kind of get accomplished in some things, you start saying, okay, now that makes sense versus everybody's a rip out. When a insurance company get paying out, they look at when they're paying out money, they're losing money. How can I regain this money back?
Mm-hmm.
When I calculate, let's calculate just a small one. So Thule, let me see something like quick. So let's see. Thule policy will say $75 a month. Joe policy, she's Hispanic, 83. Yeah, y'all like that tequila stuff. I can't let you get away with that.
Yeah.
Too dangerous.
$10 a month because he's still a virgin, so we don't want to put too much on. He's still clean.
Right.
He's still upset right now. So
Yeah.
all this policy, we'll do Tony's at
100.
I'm rich. I'm a sex. I can go 100 because I can go out at any time.
It's a risk.
So when you look at these, I'm a sex, I'm high risk. Sex machine ain't go out at any time, so you gotta be high risk. But no, when I just shot. I'm 75, 83, $10 and $100 a month. Just kind of. So with this, you gotta look at when insurance. Just using 4 people just as a basis. In order to pay us whatever they're saying they're gonna do, whether it's we doing this as hospitalization, we're doing this we're doing this as I don't know, a disability insurance, or we're doing this as a health insurance, or we're doing this as a life insurance policy.
Right.
Insurance company, in order to make their money, they gotta assess risk. So a lot of things gonna go into play. I put Love Doctor at 10 being fun to say that. So they're gonna look at he's less risky. So I have less of a chance at losing on him by the time I recuperate, make a profit, and pay. That's what I gotta look at. Eventually, I'm gonna have to pay this policy unless he drop. So I gotta figure I really need Love Doctor to pay me for maybe 15 years, 10 years from hoping to anything to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Recuperate the money, be able to pay him, and make a profit and keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Resident Joe. I'm gonna need some years of space. Like I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna tell y'all, let's do this. I'm gonna give y'all 2 years. I'm gonna do 2 years contestable. Okay, which means I just insure all y'all $75 for Thule, $83 for the Resident Joe, $10 for Love Doctor, $100 for Tony. So with that being said, I need 2 years where I can contest y'all policy.
And not
That's
pay.
the real, 2 years. Because if you go and Love Doctor side, you know what, man, I'm tired of wearing these all white drawers, all white t-shirts. I want to dirty this thing up and go ahead and do the do. Now, and he go ahead, he throw a rod and lock up. I need 2 years to come back and say, wait, man. There was a condition or a situation that I felt like that wasn't disclosed or discovered at the time, but based off of him down within 2 years of me insuring him, I want to be able to say, I don't want to pay this. I shouldn't have to pay this.
Right.
So, because I need room. If I do this for everybody I insure and they down me in a year or 2 months, I'm going to lose. It's a game. If people, this is what people need to consider. As much as you might, and I hit a lot of stuff, but when you understand how many people you're insuring and you got to deal with the scam and the fraud,
Mhm.
they're
Right.
going to be associated. I got to go with, let's say Resident Joe for a second. She's had a habit of, she a fake a death. You know how many people, they don't know how many people fake deaths.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's why they ask you for a death certificate. I don't get it. They dead. Why they just call, you know how many people have said they were dead and they still living?
Mm-hmm.
And the insurance company paid out, and all I have is Resident Joe incarcerated for a $200,000 policy I paid out that she done messed the money up by the time I found out. I can't get my money back.
Right.
She's going to prison, but I still don't have that $200,000 back that I lost.
Nope.
So how am I going to recuperate this money? I got to go there and tell Thule her new policy is now $135.
Mhm.
Hey, Love Doctor, if you ain't did it by now, I don't think you're gonna do nothing. Listen, man, you $50. I gotta tell Tony the Sex Machine.
Oh my gosh.
You good, Tony. At 100. I'm gonna take you to $101. Because you good when you
one.
I want to, but I'm just using some analogy so people kind of just understand things. Those fires in California will affect all of America.
Everybody. Yes.
Listen,
I was reading the article.
Listen, I had a policy that probably was like I don't know what it was, 3,000 a year.
Woo, that gives me anxiety.
They went up to $12,000. They went up on me 12. That no claims, nothing. $12,000. I went up 10 grand. 10 grand when I went up, yeah. Now like 9,000. So I'm sorry, like 9,000. So it's just everybody's increasing. Yeah, I don't like it, but then I'm looking at this. If something happened to one of my businesses or something at home, I need them to pay me.
Yeah.
And in order for me to look at, they got to recuperate the cost they pay. Take that money when Tuli's paying 75, Joe paying 83, Love Doctor paying 10, Tony paying 100. Then let's do everybody else. You'll have a couple of prices people paying $500 a month. But this what you remember is once I set these premiums, I'm counting this as guaranteed income coming in every month.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guaranteed Tuli paying 75, you paying 83, Love Doctor paying 10, Tony paying 100. What I wasn't guaranteeing was to pay for a half of a state. I was not looking to do that. I was not looking to pay for half of a state. People say, the insurance so low down. Insurance came and they just so happened to drop all those people fire insurance. Let's see why they dropped this fire insurance. First of all, they dropped it because of why? California was on a drought. Just to do their averages. If governments looked at things the way insurance company did with it, we wouldn't have so many bad losses because they did business. They looked at business-wise, it's dry. Right. This was common sense from a business perspective. Listen, the people need to be compensated. That's bottom line, people. I'm just understand insurance from a business level, people. It was dry, it was a drought, and they did business. They looked at this. It's gonna catch on fire, and I'm not finna eat this. You don't have a fire policy. They couldn't drop it when it happened. They covered themselves. So guess who's gonna step in and do it? The federal government is gonna step in and do it. But you got to understand business. Force their hand. Make them come back. Make them insure people. Okay, we can do that. But you can't make me get them no premium.
Well, preacher, is that legal just to drop randomly an insurance?
Yeah. Insurance. I remember Sweden, whenever people write a contract, they got a contract to cover themselves. If I wrote a contract with me and you and I wrote a contract, who do you think is going to fight? The contract is going to give me the right to choose at any time. That's how you know it was legal. Yeah, it's in the language. That
I don't think a lot of people know that. I did not know that house insurance can just drop you just like that. I honestly did not.
Yes, they pull out of states too. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's bad. Listen, people, I'm with you. No, we need something in place, but let's just be honest. Who's going to eat that debt? People don't realize. So who's gonna put them back? You can go with the mayor. She didn't do her job. Let's blame her. That we actually gonna say all those acreage is burned up because of her cuts? No, that's an act of nature. It was unpreventable in a lot of places. The reservoir with empty water, that was dumb. Why they wouldn't run fire hydrants from the people houses are sitting on the sea. You should have had hydrants set up that ran from the sea and not from the city pumps. That's the easiest water to run, and you would have put it out. Yes. You're not going to run out of water in the sea. You're going to run out of water when you start pulling water from these pipes. So people left their water on, which dropped the water level because they look at my house on fire. So I'm going to cut all the water on and leave. Maybe it'll help. Cut my sprinkler system on and just leave it on. Well, that took away pressure from the pipe. If those houses in Malibu, now this hindsight for everybody, it could be a smart move to set up hydrants, run them from the sea. The sea ain't gonna empty. If you got a fire and the sea don't put it out, we weren't gonna do nothing with that anyway. But man, it's come too far on some instances to keep doing dumb stuff. You know, that could help alleviate some things. Well, we can convince insurance company to drop premium, but then we got to build smarter.
Mm-hmm.
We got to start doing things and become smarter. And that's something that hurt us. One thing, a couple of things with Trump, I try to be quiet. I know I said a lot. Trump coming in will instigate the economy. It'll spark it. It'll send crypto off. It'll send stocks up. That's Trump. Trump's a hype guy. Remember who told you this. We're going to pay for every dime what Trump comes with. Trump never has. He doesn't have an out plan.
You said we're going to do what?
We're going to pay for all the decisions he made.
Oh.
The money he's going to throw in the street, the money he's going to get these people, because he's only here for 4 years. He's out. We're going to suffer. It don't matter what you think. He's not coming back. He's going to be good. That boy, I don't think he's not going to be elected. He's going to be a one-term vice president. That's the thing about some of these seats. When you take certain seats, you pin yourself. The president, they want to know why people sit on the Senate and the Congress so long. Once you take the presidency, there's no other office. You're done. So I'm going to tell y'all a checkmate move. You put somebody in that seat when you want them out the way. That's how they got Lyndon Johnson out the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lyndon Johnson was the speaker. Kennedy would have never got nothing past him, who's a Democrat. So what did they do? They made him vice president. He went to president, then guess what? Then you out. He could have ran another term. He didn't want it. He was done.
Who is this?
Lyndon Baines Johnson.
Oh, yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Got it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He said he heard of the eating the stuff. Yeah, but I mean, we built enough now to know how to surface to pull it out. Only using it for the fires. I wouldn't use it for natural, because if you keep it off, you don't want to run it when it's time for a fire. He said he heard it eats the metal hydrants on equipment, but we got ships that sit in the water and that last.
That's true.
So you build from the same material used for ships. It's a way around everything, but this is the most cost-effective, easy way to use water and not affect the drinking water for people, not affect other water by taking it from the sea.
Mm-hmm.
That's me. That's just me throwing a suggestion. She said, hold on. Somebody said, okay, I understand insurance has a right to drop, but then do people get refunds for all the premium they pay? Is there any help for the people? Let me do that. First of all, to answer. I'm sorry, 5 words. I will slap your face. Please don't try me, okay? I'm not an insurance company. Let it be the first official threat from 2 mics on the mind. 5 words. I will slap your face. You're not gonna play me talking about get the people. See, that is what she said. See, this is the game of give me back my money for what I paid. When they insured you, if you had a fire up until that point, you would have been paid. We reserved the right when we gave you the policy to come back to make changes as needed and seen. When they look what happened. Look what happened right after they dropped them. Why you think they're business people? And they're business people, it made no sense to keep these policy when we're finna be stuck. Just now, who's finna be stuck? The federal government.
Mm-hmm.
So when you ask me that, no, it's not fair. I wouldn't say people, we say that about anything, but I even use my healthcare insurance, so I should get the money back. No, you pay because if you had an issue, you don't want to use it. You have it for if I do. You know how quick it is to go to the doctor and get a bill that's like astronomical. Do your premium. I'm paying $400 a month. Let me see. Let's do the premium. Let me see something. So we do 400 times. Let's say family paying 420. Let's do 60. Mm-hmm. Ooh, $25,000 in 5 years. That's what you pay. $450 a month, you pay that. $25,000 in 5 years. You get one good visit in the hospital and hit that. One visit or hit this.
Wow. I didn't know.
If you had to pay $25,000 out your pocket, $25,200. Now, how many people had that to pay out their pocket and they go and have a bill?
2%.
I mean, when you go to hospital, people don't realize it's a lot. So listen, on both ends, they're doing business. But when you're I'm for the people. So please don't think I'm arguing in favor. Oh, no, don't be stupid. I'm just trying to get us to understand the practicality of what you're doing. You don't live your life based off of these people doing nothing for you. In a sense, you're only trying to cover yourself to an extent to get you through and get you by. You're just trying to do good business. Look at all the stuff like we were coming on. People don't worry about no disability insurance. You got to have it now. You got to have accidental disability, dismemberment, cancer insurance. We were growing up. Who you remember had cancer insurance?
Right.
Nobody had cancer insurance. You got cancer, but now we have mental health policy. I got to have a cancer insurance. We got disability insurance. We got long-term disability. You got to have all these insurances to live. And people say, "Oh,
it's crazy." I was just doing it today. Like I have so many insurances.
And
if I go to the hospital, if my husband goes to the hospital, I'm like,
you bring your
doing open enrollment. And I'm gonna tell you what I tell people to do. Don't be stupid. Get it, especially when stuff penny on the dollars.
That's right. Get it all.
Anybody watching, you know, somebody, if you like, just say your insurance covers. Say if Love Doctor had an accident and he cut the, or I just might have, and I cut that first name, that part, that too. My insurance pays me for that. Because it pays me for the whole body. So when I lose a member, a part, it pays me. A leg get amputated, a thing, they got to pay me a percentage of that policy. That policy covers my whole body. I lose my eye, I lose an eye from it. They pay for that. Yeah. We got somebody here now. Husband broke his leg, clumsy, but I mean that's another story. But listen, just so happened he went on here, and I remember we brought somebody in. I had him to get the insurance. He been paying the insurance, and guess we found out. The insurance said, "Hey, send us all the bills."
That's so great.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Listen, you know,
go ahead and break your other leg.
Listen, he broke that pencil. He broke that pencil, and they coming in for him. I'm like, "Hey, great." He paid off. He was smart enough. What if he just sat back and said, "Oh, man, I ain't finna get that junk. It's a waste of money." All these bills he got, when he looking at time, he can't work. Now, guess what? Now ask him, is insurance the worst thing he ever seen? Is insurance a big waste of money?
Yes, right.
See, that's not a waste of money. Send me the bills.
Perfect.
Make sure y'all get uninsured motors if you don't have it. Get that too as well.
Car insurance, please get uninsured motorists. If anything happens to you people, and let me tell you how uninsured motors work. In the 90, I think it's probably like 91, maybe 92. I was in a vehicle with a person, and we were struck by another vehicle. Well, the car struck us. We went to the chiropractor. We got bills. Come to find the person didn't have insurance that hit us. I was a passenger in his vehicle. Well, so I told him, I said, "Well, listen, they don't have insurance. We got to use your insurance." You know, he's like, "You know, I don't want to use my insurance." I'm like, "Okay, we were struck. We didn't create that accident." "Yeah, you know, I want." Okay. Well, we had, you know, he cried about it. Okay. So anyway, he had full coverage insurance. Guess what he didn't have?
Uninsured motorists.
Uninsured motorists. So full coverage is not the same thing, people.
Nope.
So I learned this in 1990. So what happened? Hold on, I always pick that. Good. So uninsured motorists. Now, mind you, I was a victim. We were struck by another person with no insurance. In his car, he had full coverage. He didn't have uninsured motorists. Guess who insurance paid? My insurance, even though I wasn't driving, because my insurance covered me.
Oh wow.
So yes, I was able. My insurance paid me.
So your insurance fought for you.
For the other person who didn't have insurance and been in a vehicle with somebody who had full coverage but did not have uninsured motor. Now, guess what he asked me?
What he asked you?
You think your insurance will pay me? I was like, why would my insurance pay you? I said, that makes no sense. They're paying me because I'm the insured. They looked at this. They're insuring Tony Smith.
Yeah.
Tony Smith was injured due to somebody's negligence, and he had a policy that covered him with uninsured motors, which means it's covering you when somebody else doesn't have insurance.
A lot of people don't have insurance.
You know,
I didn't, and I had into a big car accident. And
so you didn't have uninsured motorists, or you didn't have no insurance?
The lady didn't have an insurance, or she had an insurance where she paid $1, and so when it came to my car was destroyed. So I mean, she didn't have it, so it had to be through my insurance. But I didn't have that. Yeah, I did not have that.
So you lost.
I lost a lot.
So you can see, people don't realize that. Keep playing a cheap game. This is where it hurts you at. Yes, that's uncomfortable. That's more money. But how much money it cost you when you had no it? When you're a victim of somebody else's negative, not your own. And I'm telling y'all another key: when you use uninsured motorists, that does not count against you because you're not using it because of your negligence. This is paying. I'm paying for somebody else's negligence.
Okay.
So when I'm driving, guess what it does? If people don't really start there, hypothetically, we got appreciate you, Confederate. I'm talking about. I want to reach you, greet it. So Confederate, me and him riding down the street. I hear him. I ain't got no insurance. This kid, him had a guy that car blasting me with a gun. We fighting, flipping over the hood. When I don't waste my time with nobody. I don't care if you got insurance or not at that point. I don't worry about it. I'll make sure I'm gonna be well and make sure my vehicle gonna be replaced, fixed, whichever got to be done. But to sit here and have nothing is to be reckless when something happens. You gotta look at this. Just like when you drive, you don't just drive for yourself. You drive for everybody on the side of you, behind you, and in front of you. So I have to insure myself for who? The person in front of me. If I hit me the back, the people on the side of me, if I get over, they get over on me, and the person behind me who didn't see that we stop. Greetings, Confederate.
Greetings.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. How everybody doing this afternoon? Just happy to see everybody. Just happy to see everybody. We just glad to be here. You know, the neighbor mistake 48 saying, you know, the usual, hit that like, hit that share, hit the subscription, and hit the cash out. To the panel, to Miss Tooley. Well, let me rephrase that to Commissioner Dr. Tooley, to Resident Dr. Joe, to the Honorable Tony Smith, to last but definitely not least, to the author of Wound Management and the originator of the turtleneck, the Love Doctor.
Yeah.
To be here tonight. Yeah. Good to see you all. And I see you had one on tonight too. That's all right. I had heard that you guys were having some weather, severe weather in Georgia. So I had tuned in earlier, but I didn't see the notification didn't come through that the broadcast was on. So I kind of laid back and just meditating, and then I logged on again, and lo and behold, you guys were having an active conversation. So I said I want to come in and just kind of give my salutation and sit back and just listen to what's being said tonight. Ain't got much to say, but just that I appreciate, you know, all that y'all have done in the past, all that y'all are doing, what y'all gonna do in the future, and also what y'all haven't done. He kind of know what I'm talking about. Y'all ain't cut me off as of yet, so I'm just elated because of that. But I'm enjoying the show. Those wildfires are definitely something, you know, to take in consideration. And we being neighbors to California. We're only 6 hours away from LA. And there's a lot of displacement going on. A lot of the people from California migrated here to Arizona, which has made, you know, our population increase. You know, a lot of people have relatives in LA and Malibu and stuff. And I had my daughter, she just recently moved from Rancho Cucamonga, which is not far from LA, like an hour drive. So I'm glad she got out in time. You know, she's been here approximately 3 months. So kind of glad that she's away from all of that. But needless to say, you know, it's a tragedy. But again, as Ra was saying, a lot of planning, you know, like the engineers and, you know, doing infrastructure and stuff like that, you would think that you would have these contingency plans, you know, available for all these what they would call natural disasters. And unfortunately, they're unprepared. Like here in the state of Arizona, we have very, very little drainage, you know? So when it rains, if it rains for approximately 30 minutes, you could get a flash flood in no time, you know what I mean? It's like, basically like we live on a plate, you know what I mean? There's no drainage and the ground is so hard because we're in the desert. So when the water come in, the water rise so fast, and then we flood it out in a matter of minutes. You know, 6 inches of rain, it's not like it would be in Florida where I'm from, and you know, the state of Georgia, and you know, but it's bad. And when I first moved here, I was like, well, goodness gracious, why don't they have any the infrastructure doesn't have any good drainage systems? Because we're in the desert, we don't get much rain, but when we do get rain, we get flooded out real quick. You know what I mean? And then it takes so long for the water to subside because the ground that was saturated to the top of the ground, but it doesn't soak the water in as fast, and you like weeks on the end before you can actually walk around without getting your shoes, ankle deep in water. But I'm just glad that everybody's safe for the most part that I know. And you guys are. I heard that y'all had got some snow. Last time I had talked to Raw, y'all had received snow, and that y'all had to haul early due to the weather. And so I'm just glad everybody they're safe. And I have relatives in Atlanta that they're safe. And like I said, I thought you guys weren't going to have the broadcast tonight due to severe weather. According to what my wife said, she said that y'all were having some snow flurries or something going on. I didn't actually look at the weather report.
No, I think that's gonna be Monday night if it happens.
Oh, is it? Oh, that's enough. Yeah.
Throw me. I ain't heard that one. Y'all heard about tonight? I think it's like Monday.
I heard Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't know about.
What I do know this by me being on the West Coast, there is some type of, I don't know the term that they're using. It's coming from like Canada, like the eastern part, the western part of Canada, that's coming down through like Washington State, through the Dakotas, through the Midwest, and then it'll eventually work its way down to you guys. Some severe weather. This severe weather that's supposed to hit from Washington State through the Dakotas down to like Iowa, all the way down to Tennessee and to you guys. And we got a little bit of rain today, a couple of sprinkles, but that was a result of what they said that's soon to come, because Monday they said our temperature low is gonna be 35 degrees, which is kind of unheard of here. You kind of get that kind of weather like in the high country, like in the Grand Canyon and Flagstaff and stuff like that in the Snow Bowl, but we in the valley, we don't get a whole lot of cold temperatures like that, but it's something to embrace for though, nonetheless.
Yeah, it did snow here, but I mean, again, I didn't know it was gonna snow that bad. I mean, for me, it was normal. Then the whole Georgia shut.
You being from New Jersey up north, you've seen a lot of that snow and stuff. Yeah. That's...
But Georgia, I guess, is not prepared, so I understand why it shut down.
Shut down? What you mean we shut down? We right here, baby. What you about?
I mean, like school shut down and like things like that. Like, in Georgia,
we love our kids.
Jersey, they sent you in 5 feet of snow. You like covered from head to toe, walking in the middle of the snow. But I understand. I mean, each state has its normal weather. If it's something else out of the norm, I understand that it has to prepare, or it has to see how to keep the residents safe. So I enjoyed it actually. Staying. I was a little sick that time, but yep. So if more snow comes, it's gonna find me in my house. It's okay.
No, that's right.
Yeah, it's it wasn't that bad. I don't think you guys thought it was really bad. You guys do Georgian residents.
No, we did not think it was really
bad.
I
thought it was I wouldn't use the word bad, but I thought that we got a whole lot of snow. I mean, you
were excited.
I had lots of fun. I didn't think it was bad.
Like a little kid. I was like, oh, he's excited. Yeah, Ernie, Jersey don't care.
Now, Jersey don't care about their kids. Jersey and New York don't play that. They throw their kids out there. We look at, we might have had a smarter kid. They might be the best looking kid. They might not do what they tell them. We not do what they tell us to do. They might disrespect. They might rob a shooter, wear their pants down, slanging.
Oh my God.
They can't rap, do drill music, commit crime, carjack, but we love them.
I see.
Those are so extra about snow, kind of annoying me. Well, for us, not really. It don't bother us like that. It's not all, but it's just some people like we got people that move here from Florida. They don't see snow. So you got
I've only seen
people from Georgia don't see snow.
He didn't see. He in Arizona. He don't see snow. You don't see snow
unless I go up north. But I haven't. I mean, in all the years I've been alive, I've only seen snow. To be totally honest, I've only seen snow maybe 3 times. When I lived in Jacksonville, Florida, in 1989, it snowed. It snowed in 1989, December the 20. I want to say like the 27th, 1989. And it snowed in Oklahoma City. When I lived in Dallas, I took a trip up to Oklahoma City to visit a friend. It snowed there, and then that's the only 2 times I've seen snow. I've always been in a place, and even in Arizona, being in Phoenix, we don't get snow. But if I was to drive 4 or 5 hours up north, then you would experience snow, like in Sedona. Like I said, the Grand Canyon, what is the other one? Flagstaff, places like that. Oh yeah, I did. I seen snow in New Mexico. I'm sorry. I seen snow in New Mexico.
Were you excited? It's not black ice for me. Yeah, I agree with her. The black ice could be very dangerous even driving.
That's why we don't. That's why we don't do it. The snow is never a problem. It's the fact when you drive on snow, it comes. It presses down. We had so many accidents last week. Joker drive terrible in good 80-degree days. See that? And that's why we shut. See that? That's why we shut down. Because you got people who holding the gas while they spin around going to wall. They don't know the brake, or they slam on brakes. Versus what you should know how to do. People mention when your car starts to slide, turn the wheel in the direction that you're sliding. Take your foot off of the gas. Don't hit the brake. Turn the wheel in the direction that you're sliding. Don't go the opposite way, because it's sliding. It's just gonna start spinning around. You're gonna cause more.
I slid one time. I thought I was gonna die. But preacher, one question. Joshua Smith, is he? Are you from up north?
No, he's not from north. Man, stop it.
I didn't know he was from up north.
He's
Rhode Island. Yeah, he lived in Rhode Island.
Okay, here we go. And they used to call him New York.
Hey, he lived in Rhode Island, and he said they ain't have no roads.
They used to call him Jax.
Because he says that he had experience with that. Yep, we used to shut down. Oh wow, I didn't.
And what's bad? You're feeding that foolishness, okay? We know where the man from. The man done lived in Georgia long. He done live anywhere. He's done yo homeboy like this. Stop.
That advice Rod just gave us about driving in the snow.
Oh, he was in Rhode Island for 11 years.
I believe that came from some truck driving experience.
Yeah,
that's true.
Hey, what if the direction your car slides into the wall?
Yeah, just go to the wall. Let it go.
Slide to the wall. Take your foot off the gas. Turn your wheel. The easy way for it to stop is to turn the wheels in the direction of the slide. Turn it the opposite way, just gonna spin you around. The goal is to not slide. A lot of it comes with paying attention to what you're doing, not traveling too fast. I always see people flying like just drive like they're just going. It don't matter about I got a new car. It's stupid. When the ground freezes, ice. I don't care what kind of car, what kind of tire, you're gonna slide. It's nice.
All right.
That's it. That's what. Put your mama on a block of ice and let her go down a hill and see if she stops.
What?
Don't holler my mama. Holler. That's my car. Yeah, practice with your mama if you don't believe me. Put your mama on a block of ice and push it down a steep hill and see if she can hit the brakes, mama. Mama, hit the brake. And watch your mama hit that and flip off in that grass and land in the neighbor flower bed 5 houses down the street. Don't do it. Also, another thing y'all need to know when that snow comes, I try to always keep the way y'all on and everybody listening. If you have snow on the top of your vehicle, that snow comes off the top of your vehicle and hit another vehicle and damages it or break that windshield, you are going to be legally liable and you get a ticket. Yeah, you're responsible. That's true.
They teach you this in New Jersey.
Yeah. How are these people snow flying on the back of their car? You have to just get, but you're like, listen, when I left, I drove out that next day. I had to take a gorilla, and the zoo wasn't taking. It was too cold.
It was dangerous.
I won't call Haywood name. I took the Gorilla. I took a broom. I just pushed all of the snow at the top because it was snow. That fine is just dusting. And stay from behind tractor trailers. Tractor trailers can't see. Listen, that whole top ain't nothing but just if it's frozen, and when the sun hit it, it starts to break. So it comes out the top. The top of the back of a tractor trailer is like 13 feet 6 inches. That's why you're going to bridge. They'll say 13.8. They'll put on the bridge and clear it. So the top of that truck with the trailer is like 13 feet 6 inches. That's the very top. So when that ice is coming out the back of that truck, when it lets go, right? Because it's got the wind pushing it. Now you're driving. So you're driving what? 70, 75, 80. When that thing comes and it's coming out the back of that truck that's traveling that speed, and you run into it, hit your windshield, boom, shatter. And it can kill you.
Especially if it's frozen.
Yeah, but see, we don't think. I tell them, don't ride behind no tractor trailer. Always stay off the right side of a tractor trailer. Stay to his left. Do not stay on his right. It's a blind side. Depending on where you're at, he won't even pick you up or she. You stay to the left. Don't pass him on the right. Bad place. I tell him, stay away from. Stay off the right side of a truck. People just ride. Oh, hit me. I almost saw him. You talking about if you live?
Right.
Man, what you know about Willie B?
Oh,
That's one of my Hayward uncle. Mighty Joe Young, King Kong, and Willie B. You got Willie B and Hayward Eels. That would have their family reunion shirt. Willie B, Hayward Eels. Yeah, I got it. Yep. See, even Ernie said, am I lying, Ernie? Yep, it's true. Willie B, Hayward, yes, he is. I speed past anything bigger than me on the left side, LOL. They don't get no ticket. Yeah, I'm not speeding around the small private and homosexual. I don't want nobody to think I'm following them. I tell people I had to get a ticket. I just want nobody to think I'm following them. An amazing person removed snow off the top of my car. Oh, man, I appreciate that. Was me.
I appreciate you, Miko. No problem.
She wasn't talking about. She knows she wasn't talking about you.
Preacher, they just want to get to your ear. Do not let them. I'm playing, Miko.
I don't listen. I know Love Doctor is a hater, so he'll try to steal something.
Let me tell you something. I don't need no type of credit for what stuff I do. I still do stuff. You know what I mean? I don't want
to. Why the man choking when you talk?
Wow. He just a little sneezy. He just a little.
No, I've had. I actually, to be totally honest, with all seriousness, I had the flu for over 8 weeks. And I wasn't able to have chemo. Haven't had chemo since like right after Thanksgiving. As well, they're what they call Thanksgiving. Let me be particular about that. But yeah, I'm scheduled to have chemotherapy tomorrow. I'm kind of looking forward to it because I'm like running on fumes, beyond fumes. But yeah, I got this this real bad mucus build up in my throat and my chest. And I've been taking like home remedies, trying to well, not so much as home remedies. I've been taking this over the counter stuff like Mucinex and trying to get rid of it, trying to cough it up. But as I was talking to earlier this week, having little problems with the insurance companies and all this stuff they got going on. But nonetheless, yeah, I'm on the back end of it, just trying to. I didn't really want to be on the broadcast tonight doing all that coughing and hacking and, you know, all that kind of inappropriate stuff. But I just had to be here tonight. I miss you guys. And I'm not saying that in a literal term, as you already know, but I miss y'all. And I just wanted to be here tonight to see y'all faces and everything. I had a question for you, Commissioner Dr. Tooley. So it's kind of hilarious what I'm about to say, but you came to my mind when I was doing this food. It was idiotic, but I'm gonna say it. So about a couple weeks ago, I had a feeling, okay, on this side, my right side of my upper, I guess you call it a molar, wisdom tooth, whatever you want to call it, in the back, right? And I had got this feeling back like in the, I'm gonna say like in the 90s. I got it in the Department of Corrections back in the 90s, and it lasted a very, very long time, over 30 years, I would say. So, so I had this this feeling, and it did a great job for it to come from the Department of Corrections, right? So here it is, 30 something years later, the feeling came out, and when I looked at it, it looked like a piece of a bullet or something, right? A piece of metal that they had they put in it and they packed it. So what happened was there was a hole. It was a hole in my tooth, and they just kind of like sawed it. I don't know the terms to use, but they kind of capped it off or whatever. But 30 years later, it fell out, and so curiosity wanted me to kind of look and see what was going on up in there. I didn't have any pain or anything with the tooth, so when I would eat, obviously I would get food particles stuck up in it, and I would rinse and do all these things. I'm kind of like a old school guy. You get anything you can and stick in your mouth and poke around and try to pull it out. So I'm a person that like toothpicks, so I go in there picking in it with my tooth and getting it out. And my wife saying, "Why you keep picking at that tooth?" I said, "Well, I got food packed up in it." She like, "Well, you need to find other means by getting this stuff out of your tooth." I got a water pick, try to water pick. I'm like, "Man, come on, that's what women do." And da 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 da. Long story short, I hit it with that toothpick for the final time, and she said, "You're gonna keep on, and you're gonna be over there crying." And I looked and I laughed her to scorn. And after I done that, 2 days later, I was balled up in the bed like a baby with a fever. My face swole and it was hurting so bad, my gum and everything. I was crying and I was asking her to help me, and she just said, "That's on you." And I was like, man, I said, you know what? I say Miss Tula would never said that to me. She was never said that. So I was just going, I was like really going through, and I really want to like just reach out and send an email or something like, "Miss Tula, what do I do in this instance?" So I came up with this bright idea. I went into my kitchen cabinet and I had some peppermint extract, right? So you kind of in a somber mood when you got a toothache, and it kind of make you not want to talk to you and have a bad attitude or whatever. So anyways, I get a cotton swab, a small cotton ball, and I get the cotton ball. No, it's a cotton pad. Look like what my wife used for like those little facial scrub. You know what I mean? The little round little. So I get one of those. I fold it in half, and I kind of like douse it in peppermint oil, right? Extract, and I take it and I pull my jaw open and stick the peppermint oil with the little pad on it inside of my tooth. And I mean, it stung so bad. It hurt so bad. But then after maybe 5 minutes or so, your mouth started secreting, and I just kept kind of spit because I didn't want to swallow the peppermint extract because it was kind of making me nauseated. So the pain, it kind of like, it hit the nerve and it kind of calmed it down. And so maybe about an hour after that, that peppermint oil just ate the whole inside of my jaw up. Like the inside of my jaw, it just like peeled the skin off of it. I was just like spitting out spitting the skin. Like, yeah, and it's like I don't know.
You destroyed your whole mouth.
I destroyed the whole side of my mouth.
Yeah.
So you go to the doctor.
Yeah, I got a dentist appointment. I got to get set, but I was trying everything, but it's a toothache is something or a pain that I can't really endure. I can endure a lot of pain, but the toothache ain't one of them. So I was gonna ask you, Ms. Tula, would you suggest that I get the tooth pulled or just get it refilled?
I don't ever suggest you get teeth pulled unless they are like totally rotten out.
No, they're not rotten. It's a hole in us. So I guess it's rotten.
Right? No. You can probably get a filling done there, and you'll be fine. Hopefully, the nerve is not infected. If it is, they would have to. That's when they get a root canal. But it doesn't sound like you didn't say you had any swelling, which would have been an infection. would have been a little bubble above your gums. You didn't say any of that. I'm listening to what you're saying, so it doesn't sound like you have it now. The sensitivity is just because it's open. You had an amalgam. It's called amalgam, which is the silver filling that you had that came out. So
Right.
probably going to do, which a lot of dentists don't do that anymore. They may do a composite filling, which is a white filling, a tooth color
Right.
filling. They'll probably try to use that, but you're going to be that type of filling is cause your teeth to be very sensitive. So if that's the case, that's just how it goes. It's not as insulated as it would be if it was an amalgam because they're two different kind of materials.
Right.
But just wait that out and it should be fine. But because you didn't have any of the symptoms that I see, that I know of for root canal, you should be okay. But in the meantime, if you want to, they do sell temporary filling material in drugstores.
Right.
It comes in a little container, and you can just take it out and you can just roll it up and just put it in where the hole is and just the excess, and it'll be there. But don't eat anything sticky, hard, or crunchy on that side if you decide to do that. But it does have eugenol in it, which will help medicate and take away some of the pain if you're in pain and sensitivity until you're able to see the dentist.
Okay, because I had some real bad thoughts about trying to get some relief with that too. I mean, some real naughty things came to my mind trying to get this thing. You know, I was out of my mind. I mean, because it came. I should have expected it, but the pain, it came unexpected. If you know what I mean, it's like it just. Oh my goodness! It started pulsating, and it was like right here. It felt like it was swole, but it wasn't swole. And when I stuck that peppermint extract with that cotton pad, I mean that cotton pad was like acid. It burnt through my inner jaw, inside of my mouth.
It probably would have been fine without doing that. And the only reason why you did all that is because you aggravated the area with the irrigation with the water pick.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't use the water pick. I used the toothpick. I stuck a toothpick. My wife suggested I use the water pick. No, my wife suggested I use a water pick.
Probably aggravated your gums with the toothpick.
Oh, okay. I stuck that
got to a nerve.
It sounds like he did just what I did a few months back. Remember? That sounds like just what. Yep, I know the feeling.
What you did,
you don't think he got to the nerve, Thule? I mean, at this point,
it's pop. If he had a toothpick and you digging in, and sometimes the curiosity more than anything, and you just digging and you going up in there, yeah, I'm sure he did damage.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. The curiosity had me going deeper until I felt.
I hit something. Yeah, you kept going.
Right.
It's like it feels good for the moment, but you're destroying your whole.
You're gonna have to take it out, and then what's gonna happen? But yeah, but definitely go to the drugstore and get some of that temporary filling.
The filling stuff. Okay, yeah, that was an experience that, and for the most part, I mean, I've only in my whole life, I think I've had. Let me see. I had two teeth pulled, and I got all my teeth except two, and then I just want to try to kind of salvage the other one. But if I have to experience that again, I needed to go. So that's why I thought I would ask you about the tooth
to be extracted. So it sounds like it can be salvaged with a filling, if according to what you told me.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That was man, that was bad, real bad. But I really appreciate that advice because and then when it started throbbing, I got so aggravated, I just got my finger and I just kind of like applied pressure on the gum up here to the top and it seemed like it just came back with a vengeance, and I give up.
Is it warm to touch? Can you feel?
Not anymore. It was.
Was it warm to touch?
Like it was at one point.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
But now it's
inflamed. But
yeah, but now it's not. But I would have suggested anybody use peppermint extract. You know what I mean?
if you got a pantry to find relief, reach for the clove bud oil. You can use clove. If you have, like when people used to, my mom, they used to make hams and they have the little cloves. You can actually use those. But just a little. It only takes a little. Just a little. It's not like you use too much. But just a little bit. If you have to pantry to find something, natural clove bud oil will work.
Okay.
You'll know that it has that sleep effect. It will make you sleepy.
Oh, the clove oil will? Interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't advise anybody to use peppermint extract.
It's something cold. Peppermint is something cold. So like I'm guessing like an open wound, something cold.
It does clean. So, but
that's probably
the whole lot.
Because
he said it's
I know I said something a while back about using Listerine and stuff like that. Man, I used that old school Listerine. Man, I was gargling that thing with that old school Listerine. Then I went in there. I put some warm water in a kettle, and I got my kosher salt, and I made like a little thing and start swishing with that kosher salt and that warm water. I was trying everything under the sun. But I didn't go beyond the brinks with it because I had some real nefarious thoughts about getting this relief for this tooth. But I just said, man, I gotta hold on. I Palal. I say, I'm gonna kid you not. I say he always Palal for me. I Palal that you who send him an email and say I need some help with this tooth because man, it was hurting bad. So the next day I did. I sent you a text message about a Zamar, but I did find it, by the way. It was from the third when before Kahal. It was the Zamar is actually from 2018 is Jay Rich, Jaheed and Shay called Abide, and I just been really I've been locked in on that. I mean that thing I'm just been locked in. I said how could I have missed that? Because I typically go on Bandcamp and get all my Zamar and everything. And purchase my little Zamar, make my little playlist and all. But if anybody haven't heard Abide, I would suggest you get that tune. I mean that really that really brought me through. Cause man, I tell you what, I was yeah. But in other news,
where you went to that? Ooh,
yeah, that was Jay Rich. Yeah, he was playing. Now he done turned to Ghetto Rich. So now he gonna get a bandana. He want to wear pants. Now he wanted what he doing. So I won't let him wear like their pants hanging out, their drawers showing. So what he wants to do is sew a piece of drawers on the top of his pants, so it can just look like he got them sagging. Yeah, we lost Jay Rich. We had him in that one time. He's straight. He's straight hood now. He out there now.
Man,
we working on him.
Yes, sir. Glove Doctor, have you heard about this incident? Y'all probably have, about the 77-year-old woman that got sentenced to 55 years. The Lyft driver.
What? No.
Yeah,
Wow.
She took a guy to the bank. The 77-year-old woman. She took an individual to the bank, and the individual robbed the bank, and she got arrested and got sentenced, I think, to 50 years. You probably can pull that article up. But yeah, I forget her name. But yeah, I thought that was really, really kind of like, and I didn't get the full story. But the judge said she knows a criminal when she sees one. And so, yeah, they sentenced the 70-year-old lady to 50 plus years in prison for accessory to bank robbery. And I thought that was kind of a travesty of justice. And her being a Lyft driver, how was she to know, that the guy was going to rob the bank? But then again, I don't know the backstory either. I just thought that y'all probably had heard about that particular story.
No, but I'll definitely do some digging to see if I can find it.
Yeah, usually when you hear a story that for clickbait, basically the news story, they'll tell you half of a story to get you in tune.
Did this happen recently?
Exactly.
That doesn't sound logical that a judge do that and that won't be overturned. It's like, first of all, I'm a Lyft driver. I don't know where anybody. I got your address. I pick up your picture. I got a delivery address. Why would I think you're going to? I need to ask you. Hey, are you going to rob the bank? I need to know because I don't want to go to jail. But I mean, if you're doing stuff like that, you're gonna make more people not gonna pick people up. It's not worth it.
Right.
I don't see that. I mean, I'm sure it's probably some more underlying.
Exactly.
I'm thinking. I don't know. I hadn't heard the story, but by the time they will get you and get us, but that's great. Then you hear the whole story. You say, okay, you're a judge. You can't be that. I mean, that just sounds brainless. Also, woman, I remember when I said that, it might have been longer than 10 years ago. I told my father out, if a sister got to give me mouth to mouth, let me go on. Don't let me wake up with that much tongue in my mouth from no man. Don't do it.
I'm gonna actually ask my wife. Does she recall? She knows the lady's name, so maybe if I can get the name of the lady, you can probably ask. There, I think is that it?
Oh
yeah, there it is. There it is, right there.
77. It sounded injustice against a 77-year-old.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I believe that's it. List the article.
All right, that's saying TikTok. I don't have TikTok, so let me see if I can find a different way of playing because I can't get no sound.
I can hear it.
We hear it.
Like a little 22-year-old boy.
She's telling the story.
Well, I want to try to find the real story.
That's right.
Can't hear me back home. It's the emergency.
Yeah, bear with me. Let me see if I can find the real story.
Surrounded by police cars.
I saw a list of him.
If any of y'all find something, post it in the chat, and I'll post the link.
There it is, Henrietta Jenkins. There it is.
Oh, wait on.
These are TikToks. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah,
Let me see if I can pull it up here.
TikTok.
Never mind.
I don't have TikTok.
Yeah, neither do I.
Okay, neither do I. So welcome to America.
Me neither. But I can see it.
I know my mama got it.
And you could have looked up.
My mama got it. So my mama got it. They'll download it 3 times.
Everybody on the
Everybody in China got all of them. I know they got it. The kids got it. Ain't got a phone. They kid downloading the computers everywhere on the TV.
Yeah, now they got the other one. They trying to migrate over to this other one called RedNet or something.
Yeah, another Chinese site, another Chinese app. I don't deal with China. I got rid of my Samsung. Well, I'm just tell you why. Which our government too keeps up, spy on. And what I liked about iPhone, I would switch to iPhone. iPhone doesn't just give your information over. They got to go to a judge. They got to get a warrant the whole nine. But Samsung, they get your information. It's a Chinese, and I love my Galaxy when I had it and everything. But I'm for my privacy. It ain't about what you're doing. It's your privacy. I don't want to give you something like you know you do. People, I told my people they still got it. I just love it. Go ahead, man. That's China. They have told you over and over. They won't let a federal government, a federal employee can't even have it on their phone. What does that tell you? Because they told them it downloads all of your passwords, all your stuff. And China is always we having breaks all the time in America, and it's always from the Chinese. They're getting thousands of Social Security numbers, other information you got. I don't want to give you something to give you that ability. I just rather leave it alone.
And I don't know how true it is. They said that China they lead the world in counterfeiting U.S. currency.
I can believe it.
I had read an article about that, but I don't know how true it was. It said that China leads the world when it comes to counterfeiting American currency, but that's why they put all those watermarks and all those other devices inside the $100 bill. For one, they said because the $20 bill is the most it's the most counterfeited bill in our currency. But I say, well, wow, that's interesting to know. But
somebody, what you say? Yeah, I'm sorry. Lockenet said that she in the process of switching with these things. You ain't lying, they high. You gotta get your old and work your way up. I mean, iPhone just give you some more privacy that you don't get.
You know, they just got sued. iPhone them just got sued.
Yeah, all of them get sued. They all got sued. I mean,
they're listening on the conversation.
Well, let me say that all of them do
You know
the
what?
same.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. As a matter of fact, this just happened. This true story just happened.
I'm the one saying
Yesterday.
information.
Well, you don't even have an iPhone, so I see
No,
what you're
let me
what you're
tell you the
doing.
story. Let me tell you the story.
Hurry up.
Let me explain. Let me explain. Y'all hold on now.
She told you her.
All right. So, if you remember, you recently just told all of us about American Home Shield.
Yeah. What about them?
Somebody I know was listening on the iPhone to your conversation. The iPhone listened to you say American Home Shield. Yesterday in the mail, guess what I just got in the mail? I just received a letter of a package of promotion that American Home Shield has.
What if I refer? What if I referred you? What if I referred you to American Home Shield and now you have it? It's nothing to do with iPhone.
No, they ain't got to do it.
That's that you just said it on the iPhone.
I think I gave your name for referral, actually.
Hey, okay. Preacher, say something else, and I want bring that iPhone. I want you to say something else and watch it. I get it in the mail. Go ahead. Tell me another product.
Hold on.
Say Tide washing.
What'd you say, Smitty?
Hold on a minute.
Say Tide washing powder or something.
Draws for a virgin. Send to the
no. You see, you don't talk to the iPhone. You talk to me, but just had an iPhone in the room. The iPhone gonna listen.
The phone. No, I wasn't talking to you.
The iPhone just sent the Home Shield information.
In a day?
Now they're going to promote
really wise
underwear
comment.
for virgins.
There's a really wise comment in the audience. We know this story. iPhone get hacked. Android people are stupid. iPhone cannot be hacked.
Okay.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Now you know.
Because y'all iPhones have something called Siri, don't it?
Don't worry about it.
See, I'm old school. I don't need an iPhone. Why have an iPhone when you can have an earphone?
Oh, good. That was good.
You need to be in there live.
Hey man, let me see. Anyway, we're gonna see if you get some virgin draws in the mail.
You're getting it because of the jokes you say, but
now he's gonna get it because iPhone is going to package up him some draws. But to the youngin is laughing, saying this. The man make up this. Let me tell you something. American Home. I
appreciate you running to the young.
I told him to another company. What's the other company that I signed up for, Tula? You know.
I'm so sorry.
God.
Who?
Click.
I said Click. Yeah, I think it's called Click. They're cheaper. They're about 50.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's called Click. I picked them up. They rank pretty decent above American Home Shield, and they're about $52 a month. I told people who I had American Home Shield a long time. I just switched over to Click. Click covers the same situation. They're supposed to have, you know.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, and I mean, I was paying $125 a month.
American Home it came through.
Down now, I'm at $52. China has all the iPhone people we talk to information because they are listening to our conversation text. So please respect their pride. That is sick. Well, don't talk to me on that phone because that Chinese got all my stuff. They know I'm talking about them. He said, Clay. Yeah, listen. It's always some with all these phones. So you look at preferences. Everything now is about taking privacy away from people. Some of the ways they get us and they induce us to give up our privacy is by telling us about, you know, terrorism. Constantly, there's always reiterating about terrorism. You're always on attack people. And no doubt it. I'm not going to say it's not. It is. But it's like they're saying we got to be able to keep up with these people. So your banking information, your Zelle, your Cash App. I think that some things should be left to people. People want their privacy. It ain't about them doing it wrong. I just don't want people, this is my conversation. I want people looking at my bank trends. I don't want people, run through my, I don't want it. I mean, why would I? It's my business. If I'm a terrorist, yeah, okay. You know what I'm saying? If you know me to be a terrorist, it's proof. And that's what you go to court for, to prove your suspicion, to show enough suspicion to where you can get a warrant for that. One thing that should always be remembered when America was standing, it was always about the right of the people. We lost that. One thing you'll find with the parties is one party is for less government while another party is for more government. When you look at the Republic, They're like, oh, they cutting this program, because a lot of time on the Republican end, their end is cut the spending, cut the excessive spending. The Democrats want to cut the excessive spending when it comes to paying the lawmakers. They don't look at how much money you're paying when you keep starting all these groups and they become government control. You lose your control and you spend so much money. On both sides have valid issues. Yes, there are a lot of bad wasteful spending. You got people that sit on programs that take long to not affect people who actually need it. But unfortunately, you wind up getting some good with the bad. So you got to get yourself set up where you need some government. And it's bad that you got to have a group to monitor a group and a group to monitor a group that's monitoring to the group. And you got to start looking at putting better people in place to try to eliminate so much bureaucracy or tape of people. Because every time you set these organizations up, you keep setting yourself up with more discord. You set yourself up with more problems, and then you got so many chains. You got to, like, if I need somebody to do something, I can't go to that person. I need to go to this other person. That person has to go to that person who goes to that person, who in turn will get back with me. Versus, why can't I get to one or two? I need to get to one person, then to the next one, then that person. I can't go through 5 people to get to one person. That's retarded. But they think it's a buffer, and it's not a buffer. It's more spending. Anytime add another entity to government, another position of government, you add spending. You add spending. When you add spending, where does the money come? Anytime you're dealing with government, money comes from one place: taxpayers.
The people.
Why are my taxes so high? Let me see what you want. Let me get a department that oversee a department that oversee a department that see a department. What's wrong with the department and not just making them do their job? No, we can't make them do their job. We gotta get somebody here to make them do their job, who then somebody make that person their job. They get an ethics committee, make sure they watching them who watch it right to watch it do. It's like, if you learn how to train the people doing the job to do the job, remove them, you don't need to keep the tower is too big. It can't support the weight. This is why taxes is just skyrocketing on every end. Everybody keeps wanting to nut like Trump. I'm not a fan of everything coming out of his mouth. I ain't a fan of nothing coming out of his mouth. Only thing Trump good for me for this me, Tony Smith person. Get the money rolling, Joe. I know I'm being honest with you. He's a hype man. He comes in and get up before the music start. When the music start, the people sit down. Everybody's going to pay for every dollar Trump's going to pump on this street. His friends, this is what they realize. Trump just going to let his friends get paid. Let's be practical. You don't think Biden friends got paid?
That's right.
I'm being just flat. So why was Hunter Biden going to court? Why was they investigating Hunter Biden? Talking about the money he made from the company over in Ukraine? Other monies that Biden got. So all these people do the same thing. I ain't justifying neither one of them. Listen, it was up to me. You put both of them in a bag, turn upside down, one care who hit the ground first. First thing you do is get rid of these parties, because this is the problem. Too many people have allegiance to the party and not to the people.
That's right.
We need a
all these parties, ain't nobody got no DJ.
That's what I'm saying. The thing is, you got the DJ, you know, they got the DJ, you just ain't got nobody to dance to the music.
That's right.
That's the problem. The people want to dance to the music. DJ saying, what's wrong with y'all? Why y'all sitting down? I can't dance to your music. So what we have to do is learn how to get good people. So what do you do to get good people? That's what to vote for. Let's get them out. Keep building these walls of government. They collapse. It's so many people in the way. Let me tell you what we got now. George Bush implemented Homeland Security. Okay?
Right.
That's another big waste of money. What does the Homeland Security do? Well, they're on the home front. That's what the FBI does. You got the NSA, you got the Homeland Security, you got the FBI, you got the ATF, you got the DEA. None of them called about CIA, but they're needed because they work on they're actually not supposed to operate in the United States, which they do.
Right. They work abroad.
Walk abroad. These are the people you need to get overseas. And the FBI does it too. You got the U.S. Marshals. You got so many
ATF.
I mean, I need alcohol, tobacco, firearm. You already got the DEA. They do the same job. And the ATF is under them. It makes no sense. All you're doing is this. cut them out. You got the border patrol. You got too many people. A lot of ICE, national, ICE, and you got border patrol. Get rid of them, and all you really need, be honest with you, is put the National Guards out there.
Yeah.
Activate them. These are the best trained people.
Go ahead. No. You know, Rod, it's interesting you would say that. And then about that doggone Hunter, not Hunter Biden, that doggone funding that Ukraine war. And it's just me. I mean, okay, let's just be real. They say, okay, Russia, you know, they fighting against Ukraine and all that money. Biden has put another $300 million in their pocket. But then you sit back and you look at this. A lot of people may not even be aware of the fact that Ukraine, they harbor and house more neo-Nazis than any other country in the whole world. Well, what does that say for the so-called Negro or person of color? A neo-Nazi is just another word of saying he the new party of the Nazi party that don't like minorities, you know. So I don't see why would you fund a country that don't like people of color, because they were turning migrants away from what so-called Africa or Cuba and those places. They wouldn't even let them through.
And people don't. Let me tell you something. When the people of Ukraine left and went to other parts of Europe, they weren't even taking the people of color.
Right.
I've been to Europe. Let me say, it's not what everybody crack. I had some people, you know, and first time I remember, they kind of, you know, fell on. They were dropping, they were baby, and they think Europe is the best place in the world, and Europe loves us and all that. I don't know where y'all get a lot of that food from. Y'all get it from. Nobody, listen, I ain't looking for nobody to love me. I love myself. That's the first thing. I ain't looking for no country to love me. I love myself. I'm not looking for nobody and no group of race of people to embrace me. I embrace myself. People of color, we have to learn how to embrace ourselves. A lot of our falter comes in the fact that we keep looking for other people's support and lift us up. We look for other people to yes us and know us and help us to do things. We have to create for ourselves. When people see that you are forced to be reckoned with, we're not talking about fighting with weapons. Right. I believe this. I'll say this. Do I believe that the so-called Negro needs their own military? Yeah, everybody, Chinese got military. Let me tell y'all something. Back a couple years ago, y'all probably got in California, they were slapping Chinese people, and they were not, y'all remember they walking down the street, they were slapping them, not beating them with nowhere, slapping them, and they fall out. It took no time for them lawmakers to go straight in there and pass a bill and made it illegal to hit them.
Yep, made it a hate crime.
How long have we been getting knocked out and no lawmakers been coming in?
Right.
Because you know why? They have a country to bag them. That country stepped to the bed and said, listen, we're not doing this. Whatever we got to do, we're going to do. You're going to respect it. We had a Canadian woman who was shot by police over here in America. They said it was wrong with that. Canada activated themselves and got involved behind it. No one is defending our cause. That's why so many things happen to us. We can get the positions, we can make the dollar bill, but we don't have anything to have as a safe buffer between to make sure that we're being protected. And it's one of the things where we have to do this ourselves and say, listen, while we in the position, when we get in place, we have to look at maintaining and laws that are fair to protect everybody. If you want people to feel a part of America, like they say, well, this race don't seem like that, this way, it's because, first of all, everybody needs to come through the proper way now. They know how it got started. Let's come through the right way. Let's come through the immigration. Let's get everything done. Once you are recognized as an American, you should be afforded the American rights as far as liberty, pursuit for happiness, safety. You know what I'm saying? Against, you know, you being protected against discriminate regard. We need that to work for everybody.
Right.
If you want people to treat people like people and respect people, the same rights afforded me need to be the same rights afforded you. And when there's an injustice against you, America, the country, the people, not the land, the people need to come in support to say, we don't agree. We disagree with how that person being treated. Regardless of their cut, it's unfair. They're an American, and these are the rights that's afforded to an American. You'll get more people to play a part. We need to get rid of gangs. A lot of these gangs were formed for what reason? Let's look at why. These gangs were formed because of injustices that happened in the project community. People need to know the facts. Gangs were not created to just go fight. Gangs were created because neighborhoods looked at, we needed protection.
Correct.
The gangs turned on the people because why? The system allowed them to realize you don't have money, we're not funding you. So guess what they looked at what each place to get the money? From the people we're protecting. We're extorting these people. So you set this up because they turned, look at, y'all remember years ago we had the Guardian Angels, remember them in New York? They was effective in a lot. Listen, they moved.
Didn't they have some airplanes called that too?
No, you think about the
What's wrong with you?
You know why your check ain't been clearing? Because we ain't seen it.
That was.
Go ahead.
I'm on the road tonight, Confederate 40. I'm on the road.
I know you are, man. I knew that was a punchline. But you know what? Something though, honestly, what you were saying, about, you remember you were talking about the surveillance and how people want their privacy and all of that. And this is my humble opinion. I believe that if it had not been for the so-called African American or the Negro, we wouldn't have the surveillance that we actually have now. Because I look back at COINTELPRO with J. Edgar Hoover, with Fred Hampton, you know, and Kwame Ture was being the same people, and you know, the Black Panther Party, Martin Luther King, you know, the Civil Rights Movement. I think that's when, you know, all surveillance was at an all-time high. You know, and then they tried Marcus Garvey, you know, and I think too, they wooed us in with this surveillance through shows like, remember Big Brother? We thought it was just a nice little TV show, one of the longest running TV programs actually that exists. And it wasn't nothing but a surveillance show, showed you how they spied on people and what they did in the bedroom at night and how they went to the bathroom and when they took a shower, when they got up and ate. Then they had the thing called Jersey Shore and all those other little shows. And they were just kind of, you know, in increments, kind of ushering in the acceptance of surveillance. But I really think it really took its toll during the civil rights movement and when they wanted to spy on what blacks were doing, you know. So that's just my opinion.
I think it's always been there. One thing you remember, America riddles off of fear of uprising of groups, people, you know, other political ideas. That this is what people have to remember when you look at America. America established itself. We're not going to go back into all back. We know what type of people they were when it came to purpose. But when America established itself, it gave a constitution, just what a country needs to establish itself, be recognized on a charter. When America established its constitution, its charter, their military is to defend that, to make sure they don't lose it. And they look at enemies can arise from within inside of them. That's what they learned when they was in England. They were uprising in England, and they were children of it. So when you look at these people, you have to always remember their fear is always the overturning of. You don't want people to be together. When people are together, people could come together with a conclusive voice. You know, like our writers tell us that we all speak the same thing, that there be no division among you. Well, they realize when you got people do that, mean we're all going in the same way with this decision, and you can't have people, everybody on that platform like that, because it becomes dangerous against the system that they establish. So when you look at how they think, then you kind of rationalize what it is that they're calling themselves doing, and it's out of fear.
Right.
So you keep throwing out the reason I'm doing it because it's people trying to kill you every day. They're plotting this, they're doing it, but I'm trying to justify the reason of trying to take away your privacy and make everybody watch everybody.
Now I'm gonna throw this out here, y'all. I'm gonna throw this out here. Y'all don't crucify me for saying this. Now I'm this. So y'all recall there was a broadcast on some years ago. It's been running for a couple years now. I've been an avid listener, watcher for about 15 years now, and that this particular program was getting thousands of views on a YouTube stream, right? And then all of a sudden they got shadow banned, and then they had like 150 views. So I'm like, well, how would they know to shadow ban somebody had they not been spying on them and surveillance? And that show, y'all already know. I ain't gonna call the name of the show, Y'all probably familiar with it. Y'all probably been there a couple times. Y'all might go 3 times a week, something like that. But I'm just gonna say, but you know, and that wasn't by coincidence. When you got a strong message and you got something, you waking people up. That's not what the system wants. So I'm just putting that out there now. You know, and in the words of my I ain't talking about the Clintons either. I'm just saying them other people. You know,
We don't want to talk. We definitely don't want to talk about them Clintons. I talk about Satan himself. Even Satan tell you, listen, man, I don't play like that. Don't play with them.
Yeah.
But you know what happened? You know, with the voice, people don't realize. You know, when you have these platforms, and you definitely have to make sure you're responsible with what you say and what you do. I didn't realize myself, even at the time, how many people really listen. People that really pay attention. And actually, you know, that changed from it because you don't see the people. You just know what you're putting out there.
Right.
And then, eventually you start seeing the people, and the people tell you about the changes, how it affected them, how they stopped doing, I really didn't think people were listening to that magnitude. And what comes with is humbling. At the same time, there's a level of responsibility that's old. You know, a lot of times, a lot of people with a voice, they'll tell people, hey, man, let's get guns and let's go. And then look at how rap has encouraged our kids to do drill music, as they call it. That's when you rap about, hypothetically, I killed, Love Dog, and I'll tell him, the brown sweater nigga, laying upside, and he laying upside everything. I'm telling about the whole crime, but I'm saying, what are you talking about? I ain't do nothing. Drill music. Talking about how I shot, and I tell you, I got enough of them. I can't put them on both hands. Murders. So they more or less encourage. That's what people want to hear. Now the hottest music is drill music. Yeah, that's when you talk about you put it out there. You talk about, you describe the murder, so they know you're involved. But you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna describe what you had on. That's what you had on. I'm describing he was laying upside that tree over there on 18th Street, and that's what it is. That's where we got it from. He was upside the tree. I know this ain't my first one. Niggas thought it was bad. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? He ride, with them 32 on his car, and that's what kind of rims he had. They'll just put it in a store, and this is the hottest stuff, drill music. And this is what you got to look at. Who allows them, these same people who say control the music industry, right?
Right.
They're listening. I can't make that and put it out. They got to listen to it.
That's right.
They got to endorse it. They got to publish it, and they got to let me put it out there. And then they got to let me do concerts. My permission. Y'all remember we were growing up years ago when you watched the Super Bowl, people that you had on the Super Bowl were people that were you look pretty much good levels for what we know. You know what I'm saying? Like Prince, when was Prince ever involved in drug and gang and drill music? When was any of these people, Michael Jackson, when people did the Super Bowl, they put you were like a top celebrity and people didn't know nothing about you as far as killing and raping.
Right.
They got people. These are known gangs. Snoop Dogg. It's like for years we went to jail for this stuff. Why do you think these are gangs? Why are they doing it? Because they looking at you're feeding the minds of a group of people that we're trying to take out.
Yeah,
we want them to think that this is a life for them.
Right.
This man, Olympic torch. When would a gang member ever carry an Olympic torch? Everybody's a gang member. I mean, it's Chris Brown. These guys ever years ago, if you had associated with a gang tattoo, that's paraphernalia. You going to jail. The scarf tied on you. If you had that thing tied on, man, this paraphernalia.
Yeah, gold teeth. Man, you was done.
I'm telling you, man, I'm rapping it. I'm from this street, this hood. I'm down. You know what I'm saying? I drop a nigga. Where you at? I kill you. Drop your location, nigga. I kill you. I'm on parole.
Yeah.
I'm shooting video with guns. It's like, because it lets you see how the system is designed and let us fall into a trap. So when you look at it, you can blame it, but then in a sense you can't, because you make your choice when you listen, which means how important is it for us to educate our kids? Keep them away from everything? No, teach them how, when they watch things, how to navigate. I tell my young people all the time, learn how to navigate. I see stuff all the time. I navigate. This life that keep away from it doesn't make them better. You teach them how to navigate. You teach them your principle. I always use an illustration from time to time with Ariel female lioness, we call her. Ariel is her name. So Ariel takes her cubs, and me when they born, she never has them inside the private. She goes away from the private. She keeps them with her for at least 3 months before she brings them to the private. When she introduces them to the private, they know her, they know her sound, they know her smell, and they know what they do. They know what side they bread butter on. That before you integrate them into the private.
Right.
When we integrate our kids into the system, there needs to already be some definiteness of what we do and what we don't do. And we lost that. We don't allow them to teach us. They get taught from the video game, from the cartoons, from the homosexual society, from everybody other than the parents. The parents don't even know what they believe.
Right. That you said that about the conflict, what the industries do about this. So there's a thing I know a lot of people probably know about in the secular world about, okay, the Kendrick Lamar and what the other guy name is, the one from Canada, Drake. So Drake allegedly is suing his record company because the record company allowed the guy Kendrick Lamar to make the beat, the little song that dissed him, to perform at the Super Bowl and call him a pedophile. So he actually suing the record company for defamation. And they kind of perpetuating it, causing the friction between the artists for like the beef to keep on, to keep the beef alive, so to speak. And they said they're going to let him perform that song that he calls the other guy the pedophile on the Super Bowl halftime show. But I heard rumors that they said they're going to make him like edit the part out when he called him a pedophile. I don't know how true that is, but this is the same place that they're going to have the Super Bowl when the man just ran over 15 people. And so that's how many was it, Ron?
That's in New Orleans.
Right, in New Orleans. So that's something to look at in itself as well. So but that's interesting how a record company could take two artists and then pit them against each other, and then the other artist, he goes out to sue the record company, and all that's going to do is increase their revenue, because it's kind of like, this guy lost the rap battle, so we gonna make money off of that, because now he got to come with a comeback album to say, it's just a bunch of. And then what do you get out of putting another man down? I mean, just to sell records when we should actually be trying to empower one another, and that's sending a bad message to our children, in my opinion.
It started like when we were kids. I remember when we were little. There was a pretty girl. You were kids. You try to wrestle another guy that looked better on him. Pick somebody you can beat in a wrestling, so you would hope that would attract her. So that same system is still being used, where they teach them to destroy each other. There's only really two things people look at. Well, three things: it's the fame, the money, and the women. So they got them working for a system that they don't really know what they're doing, and it's a game that you're gonna lose in, because always somebody gonna come out with something else to keep the beat. And then where the money comes at, when these guys wind up getting killed, and the music is, people want dead people music.
Right. Yeah.
More money dead. They learn that these artists make them. Look at that girl. What's the name? The little Jewish girl tried to make me go to rehab. Amy Weinstein. Remember her? I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. Look, her stuff blew up. The girl made us try to make me go to rehab, and I said no. So they let her sing that song for what? They tried to encourage people to keep doing drugs. She came out with her parents telling her, you need to get help. She said no. They tried to make me go to rehab, but I said no. And that song was hot. For people who use drugs, listen, because they're looking at, I need people to keep using drugs.
Yeah.
And it worked. That's what sells. Bad messages sells.
That's just like back in the 90s. I know y'all probably familiar with that group. They were really hot. Nirvana. And when Kurt Cobain, when he committed suicide in Seattle, when grunge music was real popular back in the 90s, he committed suicide. And I'm telling you, man, I was living in Dallas, Texas back then, and man, I tell you what, those college kids on those campuses and stuff, man, drugs were at an all-time high. Suicide rate was high, probably the highest it's been back then, and depression. and all of that, because they say Seattle they have one of the highest depression rates in the country due to the weather, I say. And he blew his brains out, and the group was called Nirvana, and they was trying to say that, you know, he achieved Nirvana through suicide, and it's on a real bad message. And, you know, and the other groups like Coldplay and those other groups, they was coming with these sad ballads, melodies that put people further in depression.
I'm sorry, Love Doctor Sleep back down. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, that was, you know, that was just the music for that time. You know,
that wasn't what I'm talking about. That I was just trying to wake up. You can see it was gone. Listen, man. Listen, it's like that. Listen, man. I'm telling the truth. I know how that. Listen, man. I remember when I was a little baby, I was a virgin. Why I used to sleep so hard? It didn't make no sense.
Oh, why is it that they could sleep that hard?
Because they had sex. They could just lay there. I mean, they're like, ain't it? So, you know, you can just go like that.
No worries. Okay.
Yeah, I don't get but a couple hours. I remember when I was this big, you know, they told me, they said, "Boy, you sleep like a baby." Love Doctor, you sleep like a baby.
But Love Doctor, you are looking like what's his name? What that boy named? Ron Howard. He was on the founder. He looked like he looked like MK Ultra. You was looking like MK Ultra just did, man. You was like,
man.
What y'all talking about, man? Yeah, they don't know what you're talking about. They hate because you see in the background. I'm in the city and they ain't in the city. See, I'm
that's what it is. That's what it is. They're hating on you.
Bad. He can't come.
Oh, y'all talked about before we started the show. When we thought we was on air. What y'all talking about?
What happened?
I said, what was y'all talking about when we thought we were on air? Sorry, y'all. We had already started.
No. I'm just saying about mental illness. We were talking about mental illness. Just speaking of how serious it really is, and with everything, kind of alluded what we were talking about, between the music, between the weather, between just life in general, the cost of living, trying to survive, homelessness. I mean, people had an all-time break. People just had a break. I mean, you know, to live your life, and you know, all it takes is a one flat tire, and it just almost ends everything for you. Like, that's it. I'm so far behind. One more incident, and I can't take it. And people don't realize almost the average person is at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
If they lose a transmission, they lose an engine. It's like, well, I'm gonna get 5 cents down. Man, at this point, it's over. So think about this: a person who what we would call clinically sane. I was thinking of. So now they look at my engine go out. My boss already told me I'm late next time. They're gonna fire me.
Yeah.
My transmission goes out, of my engine go out. And I gotta go to work. This is my only transportation. I'm already behind. My credit cards are overloaded. My credit's bad. Now I gotta get this. I gotta get this engine and transmission, and I can't get an engine transmission and be at work tomorrow. So now I'm gonna lose everything. Now where I'm gonna get a job from, which is gonna put me further behind. So sometimes some of these people go over the top and just look at this point. I might well just die, but I ain't gonna die without taking somebody else out with me.
And it makes sense, preacher. The highest mental health disorder right now is anxiety. I mean, it all makes sense because people are getting anxieties out of not being able to have the resources.
Everybody got it. Who don't have anxiety?
Yeah, but that's the highest. That's the highest right now, mental, because it gets to a point where you can't control it. Everybody has that anxiety, but sometimes you can't control it, and then it turns to multiple, bipolarism. That's the second one. Mental highest. One of the second one's highest mental health disorders, bipolarism. Anxiety is the first one. I think everything starts with anxiety. If you're not able to control that anxiety, it's just going to keep escalating, and it's going to derive to other mental health disorders. But it makes sense what you're saying. People having no money to survive, not having resources, it's going to give people anxiety. It's going to get people desperate.
President Joe, Dr. Joe, I want to add to that what you said a little bit. And this is my opinion. I just think we're not conditioned the way we like our forefathers were, like our grandparents and our parents. They made much out of little. You know what I mean? They couldn't support their. They were barely making ends meet, but they didn't want to just end it all, blow their brains out or go blow somebody else's brains out. They endure. And I just believe now society is at a point to now you don't repair it, you replace it. If the wife ain't doing right, you get a divorce. You know what I'm saying? But we stuck it out, we endure. Like you say, just tell the story about your grandparents. When they raised how they weathered and they endured the obstacles in life. How I say, Mr. Henry Grader, how he was, how he endured, and how I seen my grandmother being in a wheelchair, and it was like you could never tell that she was in a wheelchair because of the fortitude that she had and the value she instilled in me, not to be a quitter and to persevere. But now, you don't like something, replace it, get rid of it, or you can't pay a bill. At the end of the world is the world gonna come crashing in. And I think people been conditioned and trained to be that way because we weren't like this 20 years ago. I refuse to believe we were just like we are right now. We probably were to us at a smaller degree, but now we're at like an all-time high. You like, hey, somebody cut you off, you like, hey, I'm going after. I'm gonna chase down and I'm gonna gun them down. Or somebody skip you in the line at the grocery store, or you left your credit card in the wallet, and you got to go back to the car, and you tell them to hold your groceries, and and people just can't take it anymore when you just like, hey, I guess it wasn't meant for me, and stuff like that. So I just think that we're not conditioned the way that we were in times past.
I agree. I think we're not conditioned. I do have to see both sides, right? I'm a person that I'm very straightforward. I would say, hey, but let's be realistic. I'm big on environmental. Environmental right now is very unhealthy. TV wise, clothing wise, environmental is horrible. So we can expect our kids to have the same mentality where environmental was a lot better for our grandparents than it is for our kids right now. So I feel I do push my kids. I'm like, hey, you can survive through anything, but in back of my head, I know it's really difficult. You can push through. Some make it, some don't. Some have resources, some have people, mentors like or their parents or uncles that help them out. But for those that don't, it's very difficult because environmental is what you bring builds for support, for to be able that solution, like problem solving that Love Doctor always talks about. But if you don't learn throughout life, that problem solving just doesn't come just like that. It's easy to say, yeah, problem solving, but if you can't build it because environment, then it's just very difficult. So our kids are having a hard time because of the environment versus our grandparents. Well, I could see the difference when I was growing up in my country with my grandparents. Environmental was a lot healthier. When I came here, my life completely changed, and you can see the mental health completely changed too. So I do see that it's a lot different now than it was for our grandparents. So I don't want to always say like its kids are, because they could do it, but it's very hard for them right now. It's just the world is something.
That's your phone doing that. It's doing that. It's the connecting something. One thing. Just let me just add on that. I could about the difference between our parents and the older generation and us. The difference in actuality is with that is it's a whole nother system. I don't think I use it, but to be practical, it's a different system. When you look at my parents, you're dealing with people that were one generation from or practically were slaves. So you coming from, you getting what we would call poor back then. It wasn't considered poor. Like we laughing. People never said back then they were poor. We ain't got nothing. The jokes come now when you look at how much abundance we have. So the more we've obtained, the more, the less stress we take now. We can't see going back. I mean, I stayed in the country. We had outhouses. Nobody complained about the outhouse. None of them. I never heard of, man, why we outside? They didn't have restrooms inside. You didn't. Why would you? This is where the restroom is. This is how you grown up. You've always used it outside. If you went somewhere, they did. So, okay, it was. So then when you look at how those people came along, like they were talking about, they would get there, man. Mama would get some bread and she make some bread, some beans, and it'll spread. That's because it wasn't, they never looked, they said, we so dirt poor, this all we got. They looked at this is like a slave. A slave didn't have a refrigerator, keep food. The slave had scraps. So now they come along with having their own house, own some property, even though they sharecropping, they look at I'm not a slave. We've come a long ways. So what we look at now, we come back as technology has improved for us and we become more educated, we are less likely to suffer a deal. That's why people kill each other. It's quicker to kill you than to walk away. Years ago, people like, man, life ain't worth it. Just go on, ignore that and go. People didn't have that mentality. You were taken from people that had nothing like you. You were more open and prone to share and help people than you were to sit and not. You know what I'm saying? Even though they had a little, they had enough to look at. That's a human being to help. We lost the sincerity and the genuineness we need to get back. We need that honesty, where integrity. We lost that. To go back completely in time the way they were, let's look at how they got there. What was their state before that? You one family removed from slavery.
Right.
My grandfather's parents were slaves. My grandfather was born in 1904.
Mm-hmm.
Coming right out of his parents were in the 1800s. Okay, 1860 against slavery wasn't fully abolished like that.
Nope.
So you dealing with people that were slaves and they got a son born right here. So he come along, he got a rented place, he got 14 kids in here. He looking at, hey, compared to where his parents came from, he had a great life.
Yeah.
Then his kids came along, not graduating high 10th grade education. This is like college. Now they go to cities. So then I'm removed those. So you look at from slavery to me, we've advanced a lot. Sometimes we are sometimes not looking at. Look how far we're only 4 families. Some of us removed from slavery.
Interesting.
My grandfather, my great grandparents were slaves.
Wow. And think about that.
And my grandfather were the sons of slaves. And my mother is the mother of a man whose parents were slaves.
Talk about generational, right?
So, so when you look at we have a lot of argument and fight, but you look, we come a long ways. We come a long way for that. So when people look for white America, Hispanic America, Black America, folks, we done this with coming from 4 generations, some of us.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you see the end of what we're gonna do?
Right.
Nobody, you show me another race here that came from 4 generations from slavery have done what we've done. We've been in the White House, governor mansions, we're in the Senate, we're in the Congress, we're in banking, we're in the military, we're 4-star general. We've been over the military. So when you look at we're 4 family removed.
Yeah.
So a lot of the principle we lost is why we've obtained the education, why we obtained more of the status and the money, we lost integrity.
Yeah,
that was the thing they looked at. It wasn't about the money for them in the house. They'll let them have it if they had to give up the integrity. They never done it. It was people. They could have gone in that. They could have gone in that man's house and stayed in there, but they didn't want to give up the integrity. I would rather stay out here and work in the field, let somebody else do it. Because I won't be in there and be the person that'll be kissing your behind. I'm going to do the job. So some people, there's a lot of people we have now that'll do the job, but they're afraid I'm going to have to kiss something. I'm going to have to give up something. We've been able to do these jobs and hold our integrity. So we got a lot of work to do, but y'all got to remember, we 4 families removed.
Didn't even think of it.
Yeah, so we look at the nigga ain't done the nigga, and I've been guilty of it. So please, when I'm saying don't think, but when you really sit back and think about it, we have progressed a lot. We game changing now. We're decision makers. We're business owners.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? We got Black Bank. They talking about Black Wall Street. When you talk about Black Wall Street, where was Black Wall Street at? Was it all across America? Man, we got streets. We got neighborhoods now. So when people talk about we need, I don't get me wrong. It should be standing, but let's just be honest. These were separate little places. Man, we got Atlanta. Atlanta considered to be a black hub. Yeah. Here in Atlanta, Norcross just got their first female young black woman, 30s, 20s. She's the CEO of the county. For Norcross, this is a major Hispanic white neighborhood, Asian, and a black woman got it. Cobb County, We couldn't go to Cobb County. Cobb County got their own bus system. Young black woman, as they call it, black, in her 20s, is the CEO of the county that we couldn't go in and got hung in, but does not let Marta come now. They create their own bus system to keep us out. And a young 20-some-year-old black woman is the CEO of the county.
Wow.
Clayton County, black woman. Clayton County, they were hanging, they caught you in Clayton County. Black woman. So we'll thrive. Down here in Rockdale County, Tula is a commissioner down here. They're the first all-women group down here, the first all-women. But this is where the missing murdered kids were put down here. Some of those missing murdered kids from the 80s. This is where they were found at. In Rockdale County. In Cobb County. This is in the 80s. I remember that. Now we got women, black women, who are sitting in key seats. We got black women as sheriffs, commissioners, chiefs, all kind of positions. We move. We make a lot of progress. What the problem is, we're so hurt and so much happen. We don't get to highlight the people that are achievers, and we don't get the people from our people who do it with integrity, who do it with honesty, who do it with sincerity and with care. We know what type of people we are and what's happened to us as people. And we are the people that, they put us in? Because we can still be fair. Regardless of how much slavery will happen, I will not deprive a white man of his right. I will not deprive a Hispanic man or a Chinese man of his right. Now, every other race can't do that. Wow. And that should be something in us as human beings. That's another human being. That person live by the same thing he live off bread, water, air. They need a roof. They get cold, they get hot. That's a human being, regardless of the skin color. That's a human being, and we lost that. So I just want to get accolades, and Tula know I told her how proud I am of her, but just everybody who do their jobs. And it ain't just about politicians. We talking about for the man, for the woman, whatever the rest of who go with integrity and do their job without stealing, without sleeping on the clock. People that do their job and gotta care for the people.
Right.
Pass off you. You don't have to be a politician or a preacher. You do your job because you know it's right to do it, and it's a part of who you are, and you do it with integrity. My hat off to you.
As you would say, Ra, it's just right to do right, and it's just wrong to do wrong.
That's it. The way black women been messing in politics the past 2-3 years, I'm scared. Scandals all over the U.S.
I already told you what the hub of integrity and politics at in Rockdale County, Commission number 3.
We're proud of it. We are, and I mean for everybody. And she's a good representative for the the way y'all a person and for a woman with integrity that care about people that go in and do the job and really care to do it and don't find their ass. I hate it. I don't care. Forget the people. It's always about the people because you remember you are one of the people. So when you steal it, you take it from yourself, and that's bad. The crime shouldn't even be the money taken. It'd be the prime, the fact that you would do it to yourself. You don't even think about yourself when you take it and when you rob, you manipulate. We people. We need each other. It's better than leave a person alone. If you can't help them, leave them alone. Just leave them alone. No, I got to go chase them down. I got to run them down and do something. Why? That's like the guy just came in with this stuff. There's so much stuff I can say about him that would just, it ain't worth it. It's a human being. He's a human being that has an opinion, that has a way he look at it. This is what we have to learn how to do. I'm learning, and I've learned. Respect people to be who they are. I don't have to entertain you, but that's your right. That's your life. Does he have a right for people to kill him? No, he ain't got a right to kill him. That's your opinion. And his opinion to be that till he become conscious in his mind and start looking at, is your fight really with me or your fight with yourself? The failures, the decisions you made, the things you've done, you hold on to hurt that you'll never heal. I don't go around blaming people for my life. I'm not blaming no school system for my education. I'm not. These are choices. Things happen. But being a man and being an innovator, being a critic, you learn how to get up. I'm a man. You get up. Confederate, hats off to you. You sit with count. You don't come here laid down. When you get up, you keep going. When I mean we came to fit, you were still working.
Yeah, I was still working. I was in the height of having cancer. I just got diagnosed, and I was like super sick. But I know I had to make it to Steak 52. We went to the steakhouse, man. I had to got the pictures, man. That's on my bucket list. I got some scrapped up my bucket list.
And you know what the thing is? Hats off to you for doing what you do. Listen, life can be hard. It can be difficult. I want to leave that with everybody. And as hard as difficult as it is, it don't get no better with your whining and complaining on nobody else. You can take that and use it towards something more positive. Anybody can lay down and die. It takes something to get up and keep going. A lot of people wind up dying from the fact they give up versus I gotta fight while I can while I'm here. As long as I'm here, I'm gonna fight to live. I'm gonna do what it's gonna take. And when circumstance come, I can say, "Oh, it's unfair. Look at this person." But it's a lot of other people got a situation a lot worse than I ever had it. I couldn't imagine my wife and me, and we had my kids small, and we were out on the street, and our house burned down, and we ain't got nowhere to stay. Yeah. We can't breathe, and my kid's sick or my wife's sick, and we can't. The hospital flooded and overloaded because there's people more than we can't get help. We just stuck. Our car just burned up. Our house burned down. I couldn't imagine doing that with my family. And he saw fit. So I don't want to be the last person to mom and grumble about a situation because there's so many more he can give me.
That's right.
With everybody, I say that to everybody out here, man. I tell y'all, if you out here, you keep standing, you keep fighting. That's your responsibility. You leave here.
That's right.
I come to man. My wife, how many times I come and made excuses why I couldn't do nothing?
Oh no, never heard it. Not me, not you.
She never heard me come. You ever heard me come to her? The white man won't let me do nothing. The cracker holding me back. The white, I ain't raised my kids talking like that. I ain't never came to my house with that foolishness. I just don't listen. Yes, life has a lot of uncertainties and unfairness, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna push through every one because I'm a man.
And I like something.
They let a man.
I like something that you say often. What pleasure do I get in seeing you fail?
What? I try to tell people all the time.
And that's the society that we live in. People feel good about themselves to see the failures of others. And I just don't, for the life of me, I can't wrap my mind around that, especially that somebody that are enduring the same struggles as you are. Why would you be happy to see them fail knowing that y'all are going through the same dilemmas? So that's a bad mind. I think that's another topic for another day. But Resident Joe, you need to spearhead that conversation because man, it got to be something mentally wrong with you for you want to see another person going through something similar not make it. You know what I mean? Despite of they race, color, creed, or ethnicity, or gender. You know, at the end of the day, we're all people that want the best for ourselves and our families. But tonight has been a special night, to say the least, just to know I've been amongst some great individuals. And again, this is your neighbor, Confederate State 48, saying, hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscription, hit the cash out.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
I've had to stop at raw, but if a person don't glean something from these broadcasts, their intentions was not to glean. Their intentions was not to glean anything. It was for pure entertainment, and I don't believe this is a broadcast to entertain anyone. It's to empower, to inform, and to seek out what our next move is collectively. And that's just my opinion.
Well, listen, you said is that's and we do. We come on to reach people, and it's unique. It's nothing we practice or plan out. We come on, the chemistry come. You got good people here. Again, appreciate my co-host, Thule, Love Dr. Resident Joe. Appreciate them, and we do what we do. We got people on here that want to help people, and that's what we got to do. Yeah, people get you frustrated. Yeah, people get you upset. You're human, but then when you sit back and look at it, you think about it. People do things based off of information. So if we give people better information, then we get people doing something different or better. We can't expect better from people. Information hadn't changed. And when we're not giving people what we're looking to receive, don't look for something better from people. Like sometimes you gotta be like, and I'll use again Just with Jess. Again, I appreciate you guys the other week, 10 you love it. This is where I'm at in my life. I'm 56 years old. I had a good life when you weigh everything, especially relationship with yours is the greatest. My wonderful wife, my beautiful kids, my beautiful great grandkids. I'm having my mom. I sent her a text that I just let her know how much I harp. I appreciate. She don't bother me. She don't get in the way. She don't say you need to let me do this. I'm your mom. I did. She never does. She will stay back. She will not call to bother me. She like, I don't want to bother you. I just, because I want you. She like, I know how much this means to you. He's surrounded with such great people. My boy, just great people. And the members, I can't, say enough about. So I just look at when you don't have that kind of support group in life, you're miserable. I'm fortunate enough to have a great support group. To when people see me and they say, man, you do a good job of what you do, I'm humble. Because I'm telling y'all, listen, I ain't got it. I'm just giving you what I got. People say, no, you got more. I don't see it that way. I just see I'm a small person just trying, but I have such a great support group that empowers me to do what I do. On the way, y'all, they had to take a lot of beatings. They take a lot of crying from it. Then they take some love, and we go. Justin and I say, you know what, preacher, you're a snap. You know what, Hunter? You say, yeah, you know what, I love y'all. He's like, preacher. We don't. They had to sit back and just wonder what's today, but they know I come from a good place because I care.
Yep.
I never want to see these people, their kids, fall in the wrong hands of somebody. I'm constantly reiterating. I ain't gonna be here forever. People will misuse you. People will do you wrong. That's just because people hurt. I understand why. When you don't have that support like this, he hurt. If you can't understand that, the only thing we see is kill Jesse, lock Jesse up. How many of our people locked up now? It ain't rehabilitating nobody. This man got a family, got kids, got grandkids. He don't see the danger, detriment here versus you should be somebody, your kids should be looking at your grandfather, not wasting time with this. But I was a man out here before doing things, and the Most High was patient with me. Can I forget that easily? And now I can't reciprocate the same thing to somebody else? Just be patient with people and just move on. The time it'll take to argue, to say, let's go tit for tat. Let me tell you, that ain't nobody gonna win from that. We got to start learning how to be smarter. See, people want to see the fight, the hate. This is what people love. Y'all remember this dude holler, fight. Y'all remember everybody holler, let's run go break it up. Y'all remember they holler that? Fight. People knock you down because I want to see somebody get hurt. I want to see somebody die. I want to see somebody lose. I want to see somebody bleed, and if possible, let them die. What does that say about us?
Yeah.
We all human. You can have a bad day, and I'm working on the person being, let me count that you having a bad day and just let me go on my way. I mean, it's just worth it. I don't lose nothing. But if I take time to engage and we keep going and go back, I lost. So I want to give somebody what I want somebody to give me. Give me that time that it's still time he's living for him to change. We're still living. And that's the mindset we got to try to move into. We are so far behind financially, education, healthcare, everything. We can't afford it. We can't afford one lapse. We're that person. We can't afford a flat tire. We can't afford an engine. We can't afford a transmission to go out. Yet, we keep making these large expenditures. That's true. So, I know I said a lot tonight. I know it didn't got late. We over time. Love Doc, we appreciate you, man. You're going, you took your dump, came back. We do. We appreciate it. The man is on 2 screen. That's scary. We're not doing that. Not tonight. No. Man, I'm not going to see 2 of you. I had you the bathroom later. That's going to mend my stomach.
That's for your wife. Okay.
That's for your wife. Let her look at you 2 times, not me. Yes. Isn't that right? But no, we do. I want to say, Confederate, it's good to see you tonight. Definitely always plowing for you and the wife.
Yeah.
As well as all of y'all. Please know I do. Especially those y'all connected always. They know there's not even a question. All of you. Well, y'all know better. No, only person gonna ask me to pray for them is who? The Well Y'all members.
That's right.
Preacher, I know. Can you? I be looking at. I be saying, should I slap them? What should I do to them right now? Because I know we shouldn't have this conversation about pray for me. Should we? That's a pretty bad pastor that you got to tell to pray for you. That knows you and know you have condition situation. I think it's pretty pathetic that he didn't know to pray for you until you asked him. So no, I'm always praying for y'all, everybody. Be strong, be encouraged, take your time, give people what you want, be fair with people, be forgiving with people. Man, enjoy life while you got it. It'll be gone before you know it. I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm gonna get ready and let y'all go. Let it go. I remember years ago, I had a friend who used to work with me. And he used to talk to me all the time. We ride our time. We on the CB, then we'll get on. We had that's when Sprint had the chirp thing. You could talk on it, like a CB. Whole time you just talk about his wife and why is she going. She go out there like, man, she pull this stuff. She always keep putting this sick stuff, but she keep going. Just tell y'all this. So they came up one day. He said, man, I want to come up to you. So he came to meet me one day. So that's when we was Sunday Christian. He was like, I'm gonna come up to serve. We come, me and my bring up, we talk with you. So I of course, we're not allowed to get through, go outside with them, get in the car with them. It's pouring down rain. We talking. And she in the back seat, she talking. I'm listening to him. I'm listening to her. I'm watching, listen. Yeah, she always she like, I'm so tired. I'm just tired. I'm tired. Wow. He's like, she always pull that stuff, but she go on trips. She can do this. She had cancer. And he was just like, you can go do this. You can do this, but you got cancer. You pull that. She's like, I'm just so tired. And shoot, man, probably like a week after that or two, she died. I went to the funeral. They had a funeral. I just came in back then. I came in. It was in there. Cinema. He saw me. He came up to me, hugged me. He said, man, it wasn't even worth it. He said, she kept telling me I wouldn't listen. She kept saying she was so tired. I'm just studying, fussing. And I was trying to get in to listen. Then, she kept telling, I'm tired. She said, I'm just so tired. She said, yeah, I'm so tired. And he just kept, she used that for a cop out. It's a cop out there, I'm trying to tell him, well, just kind of listen. He did it. He hugged me. He just told me. He said, I didn't listen. He said, she gone. He said, I did. He said, now, what was all that for?
Right.
So that always stuck with me to look at changing how I do things now, kind of come back and let you just realize. Me and Tula now, we pray in the morning, we pray at night. I get a chance, I try to pray naked. Won't do much to pull my underwear to my knees. Okay, this is my personal business. If it get out, I know what y'all told it.
It's romantic, preacher. It's okay. It's allowed. It's a beautiful thing.
I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell y'all something. Everybody else on the side, y'all can't hear me, because it's personal. This is so I'm gonna tell you what's really good. When you praying and you start like the spirit got you shaking. Ooh, but watch it wiggle, see it jiggle. Yeah, now.
Okay, preacher.
They can't hear him. He blocked them out on the
side. How do we go from romantic to
we got kids watching. We got kids watching.
No, we talking about, hold on. Somebody heard that. Oh my goodness. Hold on, what did they say? That's your Oh, I thought what y'all doing? Love Doctor, you love me on?
Hey, I'm a virgin. I don't know what anything you said.
I see you sleep like a baby. Like a young man said, you know what? They can't say I sleep like no newborn baby. They said
special shout out to my homeboy Ian. Okay, that's right. Lady B, tell Ian I said what up.
She said she gone. Listen,
go ahead with your inappropriate comments.
And when you pray to your wife, just know. Oh, and then just look over there. You might see some things. You like, yeah, it's moving now. He want to move something, and then they can't do that because you're praying. So you'll tell them you don't want to break the spirit. We just got to go with it. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Hello, y'all. Sorry I'm late. Plantation was tight tonight. Shout out to the MILF himself, the legend Confederate for that's him. We got him on here too. She laughing at you loud. Man, I appreciate y'all. Y'all know I know our time.
I appreciate it. Y'all too.
We're harbor all of y'all. Every one of y'all. Listen, I harbor you. Listen, learn how to forgive people. Learn how First, I'm telling you too. Well, learn how to forgive yourself. Life will make you hold on to things and make you feel like you're so undeserving of things. And we are in a sense, but he gave it to you. He gave that opportunity. That says something about who you are, that he lets you hear his word and you're able to change your life and maintain that balance of what he wants you to do. You're a special person. You just never looked at it. Forgive yourself for your past. Your past, as bad as it is, help the further you to get to that point to make changes and look at life a whole lot different than you saw it, and learn how to value the precious things. Just being able to breathe and think and meditate on them, being able to call them from a good place and be honest for once in your life and be a better you. Hey, you know, we appreciate it. We always, every week, we appreciate you. Thank you. How do. For letting us come in your home and share this time with you. Listen, if nobody else told you they love you, well, I'm sorry to ask you mine. You tell me you always mine. Every Thursday night right here on Two Mics and My Mind. And nobody else told you they love you. Hey, we love you. And our language is called a hard. Truly, Love Doctor, Resident Joe, Confederate 48. Take us home.
Yeah. I just want to say that roses are red and violets are blue. I'll hob y'all. Do y'all hob me too?
Yeah, baby virgin.
Better 48, what you got, buddy?
I'm gonna leave you with this. If you are scared to die,
yes,
and don't be afraid to live right.
That's right.
Wait a minute, hold on. Didn't I hear that earlier?
I don't hear that on that.
Okay.
Look at she'll swap up on you.
Come on,
since my brain is developed, it takes nothing to give up, but it takes strength to live and live right.
What?
Come on, Resident Joe. That's what I'm talking about.
Y'all saying the same thing.
Tula, what you got, Tula? Come on, Miss Tula, take us in.
Oh, this the last one. Tony didn't do. Okay, this off the dome.
Yes, off the dome.
Live, love, and laugh.
I like it. I endorse that.
Live, love, and laugh. That's right.
Roses are red, tulips are yellow. Make sure you live right and you get it like you're supposed to, fella.
Good job, preacher. Good job. I like that one.
We got to get this thing right. Look what he said. Look what he said. Hold on.
What's the old Christian one, Tula?
Alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much. Andrew, give him a hand clap, y'all. Andrew. Nah, man, look at
nice Google search, Andrew.
And that was beautiful. Andrew, did you look that up anywhere? That's just off the dome.
No,
hold on, we got to know. Listen, when a man loves a woman, it better be his wife. Oh my God.
That is true. Right.
What if it's his mama?
Yeah.
I know Derek got a good one. When time gets tight and people get crazy, lean on Marshall Lee, 18-6. I can't remember this. 18-10. His name of you who is a strong tower. Let me see. Robert. See. Then what else we got on him for? Oh, he said don't matter. He said don't matter. So his wife can be your mama. That's sick. He said he stole it from Tula. She steal all the time. You ain't stole nothing. The lips of fools bring them strife, and their mouth invite a beating. See that? You hear that? That's a good one. Watch yourself, Love Doctor. Huh?
All right, what you got?
That's what love got to do with it. How about everything? Joanna, don't forget your assignment that Confederate 48 gave you.
Yes, sir. I will study this whole week and have it ready for you next week.
Don't give fake money to the gas station worker. 20 on pump 3. What? Oh my God.
Why does he keep on running, Joanna?
Someone got something for him. Sheriff, no, we definitely appreciate everybody again and appreciate y'all. Tula, give us our closeout one tonight.
Come on, Tula.
Uh-oh, here we go again. We're finna get messed over.
All right, I'm gonna go in the show, Tula. Come on now, don't take that long.
Man, wait, ain't like you finna hold on. He act like he finna go
Watch
do
her
the
like that.
He act like he finna go do the nasty.
Hey, it's after 11 o'clock, Tula. If you ain't got it by now, you ain't gonna get it.
Okay. Learn as you will live forever.
What? Huh, do what?
Oh my God. Learn as you will live forever. Live like you will die tomorrow.
Oh, that sounds suicidal. That one, I don't know about that one. Live like
You gotta live every day.
Listen to us. Learn as you will live forever. That's like always learning.
And live like you don't die tomorrow.
No, if you're gonna live forever, then you ain't got to learn that because you're gonna live forever.
Well, you have to learn to live. What do you mean?
Lord, Dr. Ready go. He ain't gonna do him go doo-doo.
Hey, I know it's trying to hit it. It's trying to call
it. You on that, Ron? Man, I'm so that's suicide. I don't know, really. I don't know what happened. I like that. Make the choices you make. Oh, make sure the choices you make are worth the losses you will take. I like that.
I don't like Andrick, but I like that one.
What, you don't like Andrick?
He attacks me, preacher.
Brand new motor. That's what I'm talking about. Now, Wayno got a brand new motor. I ain't got one. Boy, you fire that thing up. I mean, the first time it's been a long time. I'm about that with Will. It's been a long time. But man, when you fire that motor up and get the little smoke out the way, because you're gonna be a little dusty, you don't wait it so long. But you just get that engine fired up and get it running, put you some stop smoke in there. Well, you're gonna be ready.
Okay, I got one more then.
Okay, yeah, we gotta do that. I feel like I'd just blow my brains out. That thing sounds so bad. I'm like, I blow my brains with the back of the gun.
Preacher, look.
Okay, but
Don't say they were suicidal. Go ahead.
Truth is like a surgery. It hurts, but it cures. Lie is like a painkiller. It gives relief, but it has side effects forever.
Yeah, I'm
it does.
All right. I give you that one, Tula. I give you that one. Great job.
You did ready. What up?
Great job.
Right here. One more. Preacher. If you love life, stop killing yourself.
Hey, Dr. Joe, call Preacher when we get off the show. You call me. I'll talk all you want.
No, I was just saying for him to read. If you love life, stop killing yourself.
That man said, look at that. And that man here said he need to talk to you, Resident Joe. Said Dr. Joe.
I was just being honest.
The hatred on him. You can't do that. Andrew had nothing never showed y'all loving kindness. Y'all them
That's not true.
Well, he's saying boo. See that how you treat him. But we appreciate all y'all again. Confederate, please take care of yourself.
Yeah.
We definitely hobby and get better. Like I say, you and the wife, give them my shalom commit. Let know we pull out for y'all as well. Every one of y'all, be encouraged, y'all. Take your time out. That same energy you use to hate somebody, you can frame it and love them. And you'll see it's a lot better energy. A lot better energy coming from you to love than it is to hate. So I love y'all. I feel good about it too.
Power in the universe.
Dr. Joe's radio. The love got me going on the radio. Mike's and the mind on the and the mind.
Yeah.
All right, you do something better. I do something better. We're there together. Until next week, y'all willing. Good night.
Y'all.